The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022, and we are live at Colts Lions joint practice.
Here we go, atta baby.
Here we go, atta baby. Obviously, not getting involved in that was our guest for the day, for the entire show, sitting at the toxic table at Darius J. Butler. Obviously, at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt is here. We'll be packed with guests. I believe the boss man, Jim Irsay, will be stopping by at some point in the next 3 hours. MCDC, Motor City, Dan Campbell, fresh off a Hard Knocks episode debuting on HBO last night, and the middle of their first joint practice of the season, in which they will be scrimmaging.
Whoa. Okay.
These boys are tackling through the grind today.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be here for all of it. MCDC will be here. Matt Ryan will be here. Yannick Ngakoue will be here. I believe Pacman Jones is going to be walking around somewhere. Okay. The number of cameos could get alarming. And we are very excited to be here, very pumped to be here, very happy that I don't have to participate in any of the periods. I'm sure Darius feels the exact same way, D-Bo?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is not something that we're eager to get back onto the field, but the boys are. Speaking of on the field, we will have a full-time on-field reporter with us today. Because not only are we just set up in this tent that the Colts put together, and we appreciate the hell out of the Colts for doing this, inviting us up here. They have been way too nice. Now, I did buy a suite from them this season. It was a lot of money, so, I mean, it is quite a give and take, but it is an honor to be here. We have 2 camera people that will be showing the clips. There'll be Harlan, who will be down in the middle of the field, getting the far side of the field here. With the scrimmage, we don't know what periods will be where. And then near us, right behind us, actually, there's a man named fucking Randy that'll be manning a camera, and the person right here, this is Randy. Look at Randy. And a man who have a microphone that'll be telling us what's going on in the field a little bit closer will be our live training camp reporter, one half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys, Tone Diggs. Tone, what's going on out there at practice? How do you feel, pal?
Pat, thank you for coming to me. Thank you for that great introduction. I'm here walking around Colts training camp 12. To where there is a buzz in the air. Behind me, the quarterbacks are doing a little ball security. They're doing a little rollouts. Tell you what, the grass is impeccable. MCDC looked impeccable. This is just a beautiful day. The Colts fans are having a great time out here today. We've got some calisthenics going on. That's Tone Diggs reporting for PMS.
Hey, thank you, Tone. Honestly, Tone, there's Tone right there, by the way. He is 6 feet.
He's across the road.
Tone will be reporting live from the field, maybe get a little closer. As Randy has a nice close-up shot of Matt Ryan walking around right now. Matt Ryan has that brace on his left knee, but he has a presence, doesn't he? But I don't know if you had met Matt Ryan before he became a Colt. You got a chance to chat with him before practice at all? Did you get a chance to see him?
Yep, walked through the building, got a chance to talk to him a little bit.
Love that guy. I actually enjoy that guy. I rode a golf cart over here from the building, which had air conditioning, to this tent, which is 120?
Yeah, 120, 150.
It's a little hot. I mean, D-But obviously wearing a hoodie and sweats. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this guy.
It's like 68 degrees out here. Beautiful.
Team feels different, though, with Matt Ryan. Don't you think, Darius?
Different vibe. You know, he's a leader. You know, Navy SEAL, a lot of Peyton Manning comparisons. Definitely feels different. Has that presence about him. That's what you need at the quarterback position.
I think so. And you chat with everybody around the building, Connor, and I respect the fact that you came in a Patriots hat.
Had to.
The disrespect.
And a Patriots t-shirt.
Yeah, Bill Belichick, come on. You have to respect both the hat because of the fact that it's New England. You got to respect the greatest coach of all time. And I think the Colts should kind of take some pride that the only team that New England fans could hate for 20-plus years were the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC.
So you're saying everybody hated the Patriots, but only Patriots fans hated one team.
Exactly. And that's because of Peyton Manning. That's because of, Jim Irsay, how awesome of a franchise. So you wore that hat and shirt as a compliment. As an absolute respect. Got nothing but respect for the Colts. I absolutely hate them, but I respect them.
It was not taken that way. And if we show this Matt Ryan drill that's happening right now, he's, well, never mind. I mean, that guy just separating away.
Tony, get control of your sight.
That's Nick Foles, obviously. Nick Foles throwing
guys.
the equipment. Jesus, ton. John, what's going on in the field, dude? But if you look at the drill that's happening right now, they're throwing to equipment managers. Black dude in the back with the sleeveless on the other side. You see him? Bald head right
Bald
there?
head, yeah.
That's T. T has been an Indianapolis Colts staple for like 20 years. Dude is an absolute stud. Has caught footballs, not only from every Colts quarterback that's ever been here, but every combine quarterback as well, because the Colts equipment managers handle this. They chatted about you wearing that hat.
Oh, is that right?
There was not a lot of upside on you wearing the Patriots stuff to this particular. I got a bunch of gifts because of it. Got a brand new hat. They said to combat that asshole from New England.
Sure.
I got brand new shoes. They gave me brand new shoes 101.
Okay.
Look at these shoes.
Sweet.
All right.
Look at these shoes.
They gave me a fucking quarter zip, so I
And
got,
that thing-
Hey, here we go.
I gotta have some conversation. I want those.
Well,
Yeah, quarter zip fucking stinks, just to throw that out there. But, I mean, you're welcome. I mean, without the hat, who knows? Do you get a straw hat? Do you get the one of ones, correct?
If you're not watching right now, it's probably going to be a little difficult to keep up with us because it is kind of squirrel type situation because we don't know what the periods are. We don't know what the drills are. We do know that this Indianapolis Colts team and these Detroit Lions are trying to make their presence felt. This Lions team obviously stunk forever.
Yeah.
Okay, no offense, they can hear us. There's Lions media literally on the other side of that tent right there. No offense, literally.
It's
It's
true. They know.
They know. They understand. And that's why MCDC was brought in to change the environment, change the culture. Hard Knocks is here. There's like literally a fleet of 10 NFL Films folks running around in NFL Films uniforms.
Yep.
Capturing everything. 500 hours of footage, they say, every single week. Then they got to cut it down for Hard Knocks. But watching that Hard Knocks episode, I think you can get a good grasp of how the team feels about it. They're all in. I don't know if you saw Hard Knocks last night, D-Bud. Your thoughts on former players coaching?
Yeah.
Like Shep, one of our former teammates, he came up to me and said, "You on a heater right now, like a big time." Like, yeah, Shep, we are. But he's coaching his ass off, too. I like seeing these players coach. I think they understand what this scrimmage is supposed to be like more because they've been there, they've done that. Do you like the vibe that they're setting up?
I mean, I love it, and I'm loving that we're getting behind the scenes, look at it, and I'm rooting for them really for that reason. You know, got a ton of players, Antoine Randall, Deuce Staley,
Mark Burnell.
AG,
Right.
like up and down the coaching roster. So I'm rooting for them to succeed. I think it's a successful season. It's about a good 7-8 wins for them this year, and then we move on from there.
What's
But,
over
I'm
under?
rooting for
5.5?
Yeah, I believe it's 5.5. It might maybe.
Tone.
I'll take that over.
Tone, what's the over-under for the Detroit Lions this season? Do you have it off the top of your head as you're reporting from the field?
I believe it's 6.5.
Oh, might have moved.
6.5. Is
Move
he
a little
cutting or is
closer.
it my ear cutting?
No,
No,
he's
he's
cutting.
cutting.
Tone, you can't have your body be in the way of the microphone. I think the mic has to be facing,
Like this?
I don't know, Randy. Can we cut to Randy?
Randy's filming the.
Randy's got the quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well, saying like this is
cutting.
tough for us if we can't see you, Tone. You know?
Tony is cutting out
Tony,
repeatedly.
okay. So is that just us or is that going out is cutting out as well?
It's cutting out for me and Ty. I believe. I think that's
You guys cutting
everybody.
you out as
Yeah,
well?
me too, yep.
6.5 though. You're like the over 6.5 or you like the under?
That's close, but you know what? I'll take the over.
We like this Lions team.
I'll take
Have you
the
watched
over.
Hard Knocks? Yeah.
I've watched Hard Knocks. I mean, it can honestly just be MCDC for an hour straight, just
Should
talking.
Wow.
We wish.
All right, let's dive into it. Last
like-
night's Hard Knocks
I like-
episode. And this
Came out of
guy's
the gate strong.
this guy's here right now. Yeah, episode 1, maybe the greatest episode in the history of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Now, we are obviously people that say everything is the greatest of all time if it happened now because we have to overreact in the microphones every single day.
Part of the game.
And we live and die with literally every piece of content that comes out, both from players, teams, and obviously NFL films. With that being said, first episode,
Unreal.
Deuce Staley and AG yelling at each other the entire practice.
Oh.
Yeah.
MC Deuce, man, you know, a lot of that, a lot of hype up. And they were doing up downs, 40 of them.
Yep.
We had a rookie show that was going on. So they came out of the gate setting that bar and expectations very high. Last night, not as much rah-rah, not as much MCDC. A little bit more feature on David Blau. Obviously, remember David Blau from Thanksgiving games a couple years ago. He had to play in lieu of Matthew Stafford. You know, I don't want to speak for everybody. You sub out that David Blau, you put MCDC in there. I think NFL Films did back-to-back Hard Knock episodes. Loved last night's episode, but I think we could have got more MCDC.
No, yeah, you can speak for everybody. We talked to them last week, and again, we understand it. It's a big part of Hard Knocks is kind of building these storylines around these guys who we maybe don't know as much, which is fine. But when you have an absolute superstar like MCDC, you need to inject him into our veins for, at least 55 minutes of the full hour. I mean, we didn't get that many great parts. The best part was, I mean, Pat, you mentioned it on the show yesterday, was MCDC saying, talking about the preseason game and saying, listen, man, the only thing that's going to fucking piss me off is if you guys don't respect your teammates and if you're fucking jacking around. Outside of that, we're all good, man.
Yeah,
if we could have got more moments like that, I think we're talking same, banger level as the first episode.
And more Deuce Staley.
More Deuce Staley.
Hey,
I'm loving ex-players that are talking shit like they're
we
players.
got a lot of ex-players on our staff, too. Reggie.
Hold on.
Mike Mitchell, Kato June.
Reggie's putting the fucking hands on guys right now. I don't know if we have the camera on it, if we can get there. Tone Diggs is making his way that way. It might be the other camera. It might be Harlan's camera, not 100% sure. Hey, Tone, how's Reggie look out there? Player coach, first time. OG in the building. Jeff Gorman just walked by in the back. Tone, how is Reggie Wayne looking out there?
Don't know if you can hear me or not, but Reggie and
May need to scrap that.
There's Reggie right there. So sorry about it, Tone. Yeah, Reggie Wayne getting his hands in the dirt here. Now, this is something, I think this initiative is being pushed. And I think, and it's going to sound like a wild take, maybe a little aggressive take.
Okay.
The Brian Flores not getting the Giants head coaching role after the Bill Belichick text. And then the hiring process being evaluated. I think there was a lot of conversations around people with big football brains. They're like, well, how do we get more black folks coaching? It's like, well, we got to get ex-players. It's easy as that. The Lions, players know the game well. Players have been there, but it's not necessarily just something that every player can do. It feels like Reggie and these guys. Shep was yelling at a motherfucker last night. I told Shep that, I'm like, you're not this isn't like a brother-in-law outside player coach thing. Like, you're coaching your ass off right now. I love seeing it, D, but as a guy that wanted to get into coaching a little bit, haven't made that decision yet. Maybe you will someday. It's a real fucking commitment. Like, Reggie's out there right now with pads on his arm. This guy's a Hall of Famer. Pads on his arms, waking up, sleeping in hotels. Like, it is a real commitment. I'm very proud of these guys.
It's a grind, and time-wise, it's probably more of a commitment even as a player. So it's tough on these guys, and it's a sacrifice. Obviously, you go from the top of the top as a player, and then you got to kind of go down to the bottom and earn your stripes as a coach. So I'm liking the initiative. I think the more opportunities these players get, the more they'll rise and get prominent positions.
D-But, what the hell's going on right now? This is individual drill. What is everybody working on?
I mean, everybody has their different things individually. So they're doing the bag drills, footwork, getting their knees up. This is releases, obviously, with Reggie coming off the line. You want to get vertical here, right? Get
Stack.
Up, give a little shake. Then you got to get verticals. Once you stack that DB, shit, I don't know where you're going. You can go inside, you can go outside. I'm at your will. So this is what they're working on right now. And this is what Reggie did. Excellent, by the way. Probably one of the best ever. His stem getting vertical, and you never knew what was coming at the top of that route.
But look what he's doing. This is just individual period. He's got his hands on 10 different guys, and he was in retirement in South Florida, riding his bike. He's got a hell of a car collection. Hashtag finally living, smoking cigars, having a time with Edge. Now he said, you know what, I'm going to get back in the game. He's in training camp here in Indiana, 100 degrees, putting his hands on things. I love it. I absolutely.
Look what he's wearing, see?
Sweats.
That's a Louisiana guy's long sleeve sweats. Come on, man.
Yeah,
it feels
but
beautiful.
former player training camp could be trying to get in the season weight too. You know, I wore long sleeves and tights every day at training camp because, off season put on maybe 17, 20, 35 pounds.
So you use training camp to get in shape.
Bingo, yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
It was nice.
Nah, hell no. You can't do that. You pull a hammy in the first.
Well, that's your position.
Yeah, first. Different. You can.
Now, I wasn't able to do this
mental.
at the beginning. I wasn't able to do this first couple of years. But once you get to the point where it's like, all right, they're not going to. Can't fire me. If I hit, you're not going to fire me in training camp. You fire me in training camp, and the next guy comes in and it's terrible. Like, you're kind of fucked. Now, if I don't do my job well, I'm 2 to 3 games away from being fired at all times at a punter, right? 2 to 3 bad games in a row, you're fired. But I'd come into camp, not every year. I mean, you saw me yoked up a couple years. I came in great shape. But there's every once in a while, you know.
Saw Rigo early. He looked great.
Unbelievable.
Luke looked great. Probably the most ripped long snapper in the league.
What
right
they call
now.
him, Hercules, I think?
I don't know.
Here's Nyheim Hines. I don't know if Randy's got a shot of him, 21 right here, right in front of us. I asked him if he got a little smaller. I'm not 100%. To the right, Randy. To the right.
21.
To the right, Randy. To the right. A little more. To the right, Randy.
A little more, Randy.
To the right, Randy.
Keep sliding, Randy.
Boom! There he is right there. Tom Diggs' presentation's fantastic. Can't talk. That's Nyheim Hines right there. Now, he is one of the most explosive athletes on the earth. The guy did a round-off backflip in full pads after scoring a touchdown in an NFL game. They're saying this year, A lot of balls in the hand.
Oh, yeah.
He might catch 100 balls this year.
Hey, Ty, your thoughts. Nyheim Hines, one of the most impressive people we've seen live. Went to a game, saw him do some crazy shit, seen him at practice do some crazy shit. He's kind of a vet now at this point. Nobody talks about him because Jonathan Taylor's on the team. He's awesome, this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the X factor. And I think we talked about it last year. It's like, we'd watch a Colts game on Sunday, and it's like, shit, if they could have got the ball in Nyheim Hines' hand a couple more times, and granted, with how good Jonathan Taylor is, it's, obviously like the backfield touches he was getting were going to get minimized. But I think maybe that is why the Colts didn't go out and get a guy like Julio Jones or one of those free agent guys who are available, because maybe that is the plan, is that, hey, Nyheim Hines is going to have to catch 100 or 85 balls for us this year.
Hey, those Guardians look awesome, huh?
Oh,
fantastic.
Yeah,
What, D-Butt?
Gorgeous.
Those look terrible.
What?
What do you mean?
You're
I
wrong.
mean, terrible.
How come the Colts don't have any accessorized on it? Can't we
Get a
tape
horseshoe?
a couple horseshoes on these things?
Get some markers out, let guys mark them up.
For the shoe, maybe?
I forget how many guys are in training camp. There's so many motherfuckers out here we'll never see again.
90.
85 right now?
Yeah, 85. They cut
85?
yesterday.
Damn.
Yesterday had to
Tough.
cut down. 85, I think it was 4 people or 5 people had to get cut. Jonathan Taylor just showed some bursts. We haven't seen him in any preseason games. He's an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
If he's getting the ball. Now, Frank Reich had a quote the other day. And since we're at training camp, we might as well talk about it. Frank, here's the running back individual drill, by the way. Get the knees up, D-Bub. What are they working on? Get the knee, bub?
Getting those knees up, yeah. Keeping the feet. How did we go? Okay.
Who was it, Darius?
Oh, yeah, I think that's Phil Lindsay right there. Philip Lindsay right there.
Former starter in the NFL for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Absolute
Stud, too.
stud. Now he's probably third guy.
I mean, he would be a great guy, I think, to take some of those carries off of JT. Just, maybe 5 to 10 a game. He can get downhill in a good scheme. So, and obviously Nyheim, I think he'll be split out a lot this year catching balls.
I'm fascinated by it all here while we're at training camp. It is certainly hot as hell. We're at a Zito production in a tent right now. You know what I forgot about camp?
What's that?
There's a guy on this field
Yeah.
that we ain't never fucking heard of. Mm-hmm. Any of us. We ain't never heard of, had no idea. His family, his small-ass school knows of him, who's going to somehow change the trajectory of his entire fucking life out here. Isn't that crazy?
Fact.
Like, this
Every
grass
year.
right here is an opportunity for somebody to change their entire family's legacy. Now, there's a lot of guys that we know aren't going to be on the team. All right, this guy, probably day 1, day 2, evaluators and coaches know this guy probably not going to be a part of our team. But there's some guys that show up through camp and just every day through persistence, not letting the suck beat them, not letting the tired and soreness beat them, and they're going to change their entire future. I think that is a beautiful thing to be a part of, and that's kind of, as I was looking out here at a bunch of people, I don't know. I mean, I should have done a lot more research. I'm like, which one of these guys will become a fucking millionaire? You know what I mean? Like, that is something that happens out here. Doesn't get talked about much.
Yeah, every year we see it. We saw it on the last episode of Hard Knocks with Rodrigo getting in their 6th round pick. But you heard Kevin Shepard. Hey, you do this shit the right way, you're gonna get your chance to get in there. And that's what it's about, doing things the right way. Like you said, it's gonna suck day in, day out. Multiple practices, walk through. It's hard to stay in it mentally, but the guys that do, they give themselves the best shot.
Hey, good luck out there to everybody, and they'll be scrimmaging here in a little bit. Let's talk about some stuff going on in the world. Manti Te'o, Doc, Untold.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna let you know. And I'm sure not a lot of people are saying this just out of fear or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm cool with anybody doing whatever makes them happy. Be you, live your best life. People walk around the back, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Everybody live your best life however you want to live. I believe that people have the right to do so. That woman, Renaya, I believe she's name. Worst fucking human on planet. Now there's obviously serial killers and everything like that. I don't want to.
Sure.
I don't want to get in. You're talking one of the worst humans of all time. Manti Te'o deserves some massive apology from everybody.
Yeah, he does.
Now, at that time, 2000, whatever it was, 9, 12, I forget the exact years, catfishing wasn't known by everybody because we weren't as much of a digital society dependent upon digitalness as we are now. Everybody kind of understands it. You've been catfished by Amazon. You've been catfished by a restaurant. You've been catfished by DoorDash. You've been catfished by humans. Women have been catfished. Men have been catfished. People lie all the fucking time on the internet now because you're only seeing a glimpse of people's life. But back then when Manti was going through, nobody knew what it was.
No.
What an idiot. What a loser this guy. This guy fell in love with somebody I've never seen. What doing? Watching this doc, this Untold, this dude was in love.
Oh, yeah.
He was so focused on football, so dialed in. This was like a perfect relationship for him. Long distance only happened in his phone. He thought he was saving the world. Did you know, I did not remember this, this disgusting, vile human being that is in this thing and is not acting as if they are one of the worst. They faked their death a couple times.
Yep.
And Manti thought he saved somebody's life. He thought he saved her life at one time, faking dying.
Yeah, on like life support. Yeah.
You saved your life on FaceTime?
No, it wasn't fake. See,
No, it was a phone call.
How the fuck? How do you save your life? Come on now.
Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep.
Listen.
his voice.
Yeah, the
D-Butt.
nurse told her.
Listen, D, but I
I
understand
didn't
what
watch
you're
the
going
doc
to say.
yet, but come.
You gotta watch the doc.
And you said it's a.
Don't say what you're going to say right now if you haven't watched the doc, because Manti Te'o, big time babyface. You
gonna have to
potentially
get
start dancing with heel here if you say anything bad. Like,
I'll rock with him. I loved him. Obviously on the field as a player. I mean, he was a Heisman candidate as a linebacker.
by
He
the
was
way.
unbelievable. I can't even imagine what he had to deal with going into the NFL with that type of.
Well, I couldn't feel his fingers and his hands and his body for 3 years because of the anxiety and stress. He broke. This horrible human broke this guy. He said, I'll take the jokes. I'll take the memes. I'll take everything. But I need to tell my story, because if this has happened to anybody else, know it or not. This guy was like, I think Manti Te'o might be one of the mentally toughest guys of all time.
For sure.
Honestly.
You could say that.
Honestly, one of the mentally. But also, there's a lot while you're watching it, like, come on, dude. There's some red flags.
Couple signs.
Come on,
Manti.
dude. There's some red flags. He just wanted love.
People do crazy things for love, man.
Listen, I love Manti Te'o.
Oh, James.
He was kind of a mark.
All right, listen. He didn't see the entire thing.
Yeah, but
watched
to
the
Nick's
entire
point,
doc.
there were a lot of people calling him Mark Te'o on the internet last night, and that wasn't me. That wasn't Nick. It was just some people. And there are situations though where he would ask people who he trusts, who he was related to.
Hey, Oos. He's Oos.
Yeah.
Hey, Oos, you know Lene? Yeah, I've seen her around. Okay, cool.
That's tough.
What are you supposed to do?
D-Bot.
That's
bad.
tough.
As you will, and then Mark back there. I mean, the guy didn't deserve it at all. We got one-on-ones going on.
Here we go.
Manti, I want to let you know, we synced it. We're sorry you went through that. We probably made jokes at your expense.
I gotta watch this. Sorry.
Yeah,
We stand with you, man.
love you, Manti.
All right, let's go. We got one-on-ones happening
Pittman
now.
just dropped a
Michael
ball.
Pittman Jr. just dropped one after getting open, though, so let's go ahead and make sure we keep that fact.
True.
Number 81, Mo Ali Cox for the let's go to that. Yeah, let's do that. Mo Ali Cox here taking on D-Butt. You know this guy?
I'm not sure.
that Okuda?
No, it's not Okuda.
And the flag.
Let's go, big fella. I don't think it should have been a flag, but
Look at that.
good contested catch. That's what you got to do in the league, man. You got to make tough contested catches.
Well, that's what
Time in and time
That's
out.
what Big Ass Mo does.
Okay.
Hey, let's go. Let's keep
Pierce
that on.
Campbell,
Let's
Scott.
keep full screen here, Mitt. Let's go ahead and do that. This is Alec Pierce,
Oh, okay,
rookie,
Rook.
going against somebody who we do not
That's
know.
Okuda. That's Jeff Okuda right there. Routed his ass. Routed his ass.
Yeah. Give me that.
Routed his ass.
Alec Pierce balling
Hey,
out here.
that was the same drill that Reggie was just working on. Obviously getting a release, stemming straight up, and then hitting that dig route.
Keep it on.
Yup.
Mitt, keep it on the field, Mitt.
Hey!
Okay, we didn't get it. We missed it. That's 100% on us. There will be more highlights. Who scored?
Is that Ashton?
That was number 8.
Okay, I don't know who this tight end
Number
is. He's got a
8.
Guardian on, though. He's being safer than the guy he was going against. What's the deal? Why aren't we all wearing Guardians? Who's 7? Just made a. I mean,
that
he's
one.
fat.
Colts the best team of all
It
time.
certainly looks like it.
Detroit Lions got a little Hard Knocks hangover right now. We got one-on-ones happening on the field. Obviously can't say anything because Lions players don't want us to see
Too
anything.
much time on the line of scrimmage. We won't win it. Oh. Too much time. Receiver took too much
Hey,
time.
this is
on the line of
this is a
scrimmage.
good time at practices, by the way, with one-on-ones.
You guys, you used to be locked in on these.
Oh yeah, the wide receiver one-on-ones where you want to be. Oh, deep ball!
Hey!
Give it to us!
Hey, we might throw for
That doing?
7,700
Hey,
yards. this
just
year.
real quick, is Matt Ryan dropping dimes? Matt Ryan's dropping dimes right
Yep.
now. Did not see this against Buffalo.
Oh, man.
Did see
Good
that against
route.
Buffalo. Did see a little bit of that. Buffalo wasn't great. We'll talk to Matt Ryan later. We will ask him what the fuck he thinks happened.
yeah.
Here's Matty Ice taking another rep. Back to back to back. Probably
Paris
all the
Campbell,
top
Paris
guys.
Campbell right here. A lot of expectations for him this year. Nice route. Way to secure it.
Wow.
I mean, if the Lions done anything,
He got 4
Not yet.
studs out there.
I don't want to overreact at all, but it sure feels like the Lions kind of getting worked.
Wow. Is that Ogletree?
I believe Ogletree just made a play for.
I mean, we are.
Let's stay on Matt Ryan if Matt Ryan's doing something. Fucking opening up.
Pittman.
Oh, no, that's not on us. That's not on us.
Oh, yeah, they called it on us.
No. Oh, these are amateur. These are amateur refs.
Yeah, they don't know.
Hey, it's Big Ten. Hey, Big Ten. This the NFL. Hey,
Is that Frank right there? Oh, no, that might be a head ref. That's not
hey,
Frank.
let's remember it's the NFL refs. Let's not be calling that type ticky-tack stuff.
Come on, Stripes.
Let the boys play a little bit,
What do we
Stripes.
say?
Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP.
In a
Dahn.
bucket.
Oh my God, we're gonna throw for 2,000 yards again.
Yeah, if you guys play the Lions every week, you might go undefeated this year.
Matt Ryan dropping back. Alec Pierce trying to get a little separation.
He got it. He got it.
God, it's a highlight reel for the Colts right now. An absolute.
He's a dog.
I mean, I don't want to overreact, but we might want to walk back that over 6.5 for the Lions.
Yeah.
Hey, Debo, is this
I'm with you, Ty.
is this a wide receiver favorite drill, or is there
I
a
mean,
reason?
it looks like routes on fucking air right now.
Matt Ryan. This is another tight end, young. Oh, a little behind her. A little behind her. Great pass breakup. A little bit of life from the Detroit Lions here, D. But I'll tell you what, I did not expect this.
Not much life. I mean, that was the first breakup they've had in the last 15 reps?
I mean, so the
Vagina.
heartbeat just came back in there. Oh,
That's a hold. Come on, where's the flag?
and
there?
that's a completion.
So you beat the hole. That's
It's 85-0 Colts right now. Are the Lions serious?
Is this a legit drill though, Darius? Because like when D linemen are taking on offensive linemen are always like, "This ain't game like." Is this anything like this game like?
This ain't game like this is very, very skewed towards the offense. So your
Okay.
offense should
Oh, you guys
win
always
the majority of the
bitching.
route because you got to think a quarterback.
Man,
You got
mean,
no
these
fucking
guys
pass
are-
rush. You got no, passing lanes. You got to find. You got all the time to worry. You got no linebackers to worry about if you're a receiver, safety. So offense should dominate this drill. But I mean, not this damn bad.
big time.
I would love to see our coach DBs.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you flip it and like Gilmore's the guy out there, like do you expect it? Like is he still at a major disadvantage, or do you expect a guy like that to
He
kind of
still
show
is.
out?
Yeah, he's so good that you still expect him to win. Like you see Revis, you see guys like that out there. They still dominate their one-on-one reps because they feel like I'm so good that regardless of how the drill is set up to win, I'm still going to beat you.
A little bit of a miss there. Mitt, you don't need to be cutting this thing on the fly. Hey, camera people, let's just zoom out a little bit so we get a little bit bigger picture. Let's not try to get NFL films.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we need.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. Mitt's trying to cut from camera to camera.
A little tough.
It's cutting an NFL game right now.
Okay, Pittman.
You watched Hard
That's
Knocks
a
last
hold.
night.
But you know what? I like that these receivers are getting held right now because that's what happens on Sunday. We're going to hold your ass.
No.
You got to beat it and get open.
Not with illegal contact coming in a bigger way.
We're going to hold your ass.
All right, let's get to a break. We're 28 minutes into
Mo
the
Alley.
show.
Great
that's
play.
That's great play.
Here we go, Lions. Huh? Come on.
I mean, they needed to show a little bit of life. Matty Ice taking snaps here. Oh, no, we missed it.
Oh,
okay,
did he throw?
that's
Oh,
nice.
no. Little behind. Zoom at.
Get
All
it.
right, we'll be back in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Oh,
Alec Pierce.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That was a great route. All right, we'll be back in about 4 minutes. Get some things tightened up. We'll have some guests. We'll chit-chat more. There's also a lot to talk about. Still.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even dove into all the... Go ahead.
Derwin James finally got the Tom Telesco gets it done.
So we got to talk about
safe.
that. We got
Well
Darius
deserved.
here. That'll be a
Yeah.
great conversation. And there's plenty of more. We can't thank you enough for joining us here at youtube.com/the Pat McAfee Show. We're back in 4 with more live from Colts Lions joint training camp. Cheers. Joining us now is a man who got to experience that at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Got to experience it in the NFL. Now he's on television. He's this man's brother-in-law. He's obviously incredibly handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Quinn. Holy hell. You look like that all the time.
I don't know if you guys can see what's behind me. I think AJ might be more familiar with this picture. So hopefully AJ can elaborate or add some context to all
Is
this.
that Chopper up over your left
That's
ear?
Chopper. Yeah, that's Chopper.
AJ,
How'd you get that in your background?
what happened here? So,
Well, this is a golf cart submerged.
why are you fully dressed underwater?
Thank you, Brady. Okay. Brady, I mean, yeah, you gotta. I guess we have to mention it, Brady. This is Pat. You know, this golf cart, the e-brake just didn't work on me. I was parking close to the green. I rode that joker right into the pond because it took a hard right turn. This is like 12 years ago. I jumped in instantly. Oz is the other guy looking for his cigs. There was no help. And then Brady and Chopper were in my group. They came up about 10 seconds later, and they both just dove in instantly and started helping.
So you, hold on,
We
Brady.
did not finish our round.
You drove this cart directly into this pond.
Well, it
you are a
malfunctioned.
fucking menace behind the wheel, AJ. You
was
drive
a
with
malfunction.
both feet. You sleep. Your hands are all deformed because of your broken fingers. You're driving golf carts into ponds. Straight up. Are you blacked out drunk in this thing?
No, I wish I was. That's the problem. I was not.
Sober.
Oh my God, this guy.
I was trying to get there.
Brady, how do you let this guy marry your sister? How do you let this guy marry your sister, Brady?
Let me add some more context to all of this, okay? This is at Rattlesnake Ridge. This was the first year, our first fundraiser for my foundation, the Third and Goal Foundation, which helps support wounded vets. So
Great
AJ
cause.
was kind enough to come out and obviously support the cause. Now, I guarantee you he was not sober for this because we actually took a party bus to Rattlesnake Ridge.
Oh,
there and
AJ,
back.
boozing and
So
driving.
no one was sober at this thing.
What I'm saying is, I played many times with many more drinks in me and didn't wreck a cart. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
All right. Chopper hopping in there, though. Is he scuba diving?
Hey, he dove to
Chopper-
the bottom and grabbed some clubs.
He did. He did. He said all you had to do was open your eyes in that murky water and you could find whatever you need to down there. All those eyes were burning afterwards.
Don't break the table, obviously.
I just break shit.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here live at Colts Training Camp. We have too much access.
Oh, yeah.
Been too nice.
Yep.
Been covering practice here. We're getting some shots. We just lit up a light. It is bright. It is great. It is glorious. Big thanks to everybody that helped us set this thing up out here. Obviously, Darius Butler is here for the entire day. We appreciate that. Ty Schmidt and Boston Connor bringing their toxicity up to training camp. It's been really going right now, boy. I mean, the Colts have been
I mean, ball hasn't touched the ground yet.
Yeah,
except
Colts
for
are balling.
Colts are playing varsity ball right now,
Yeah.
and it is a. I mean, the Colts look very good. Not to overreact, we're only like
No.
25, 30 minutes into this thing, but the Colts look much better than they did against Buffalo, and I'm very excited about what
Yeah,
we're seeing.
definitely don't want to overreact, and this is no disrespect to the Lions, but it does look like, the Colts are out here, with joint practice with Lawrence North High School or something like that. I mean,
Lawrence
they are
North,
just
local.
chewing up the Lions right now.
They're in 7-on-7, and it just had an incompletion, I guess, which
First one.
First
we
one.
should talk about that. Nick Foles threw it. Let's talk about Derwin James. Derwin James and the Los Angeles Chargers were in a standoff. A hold-in actually was happening. Derwin won a new deal. Derwin is an absolute dog. Also one of the greatest Madden players, I believe, on earth. But
Really?
him and the Chargers have been talking for a while. Tom Telesco came on the show and told us, we're going to get a deal done. They get a deal done. How much is it for?
4 years, 19.1 average. I think 42 guaranteed.
Let's go. That's
Here
good
we
news
go.
for the D-backs, I
Great
believe.
news.
And he's a great safety who's getting paid. Is other safeties looking at Derwin James as being like the set of money-wise, you think? Or?
Yeah, I think other guys will get close, but he deserved to reset the market. I mean, he's a guy who can do everything. He can cover, he can blitz, he can tackle, effective run pass game. I mean, Telesco, I feel like he's knocked this off-season, preseason out of the park. He's done all the right things.
You remember back in the day, Bosa got drafted there, held out because
Oh,
he couldn't
yeah,
get a
right
deal
away.
done. I thought Tom Telesco was going to run a tight checkbook.
Yeah.
And I thought the Spanos family, after everything we had heard about them and their family battles about money and everything, weren't going to be able to do it. They're signing people.
Oh, yeah.
They're signing people. They're paying people. Look at the Chargers understand they got a quarterback in a market that's massive and they can go get it for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know why when the Spanos stuff came out, it was almost like we were looking at them like, hey, the Chargers might be the next team that's up for sale. I don't think that is the case at all. I think they know exactly what they have, and they're clearly not as broke as everyone thought they were because they spent a shitload of money this offseason.
And, I mean, it's nice to have a Kroenke family go ahead and pay for the entire stadium.
True.
Sure.
You guys could build a new stadium for us, yeah.
We don't need it.
Yeah, you guys could do what you got to do. Sam Ellinger almost just threw a pick. That would have been the most negative thing that would happen to the Colts thus far in this joint practice. NFL Films is out here. Derwin James, Khalil Mack, JC.
Yep.
Eckler they brought back, right? He's was he a free agent or no?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he signed
Re-signed Mike Williams.
Keenan Allen.
There you go.
Yep.
Keenan Allen.
Justin Herbert's still over there. I mean, what?
Brought in Van Noy.
Yeah.
Van Noy,
Van
good
Noy.
piece, a winner.
What's
great locker room
Telesco
guy.
doing over there? Telesco's like, hey, we got to go get this thing. The Rams just won a Super Bowl in our city. We just got moved out. Let's go ahead and go for it with Herbert on our team.
Yeah, and they also know they got to go now because we talk about the Bengals and how they are, looking at paying a wide receiver top dollar and paying a quarterback top dollar. Since the Chargers drafted Rashawn Slater, everyone loves him. Left tackle is, just right up there with wide receiver now. So him and the quarterback, they're going to have to pay. It's tough.
And we just missed a great play. We'll cut to one here as soon as they take this next snap. But obviously the Colts are the favorites in the AFC all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, we were talking about the over-under for the Lions. Maybe take the over on the Colts. Maybe take the under 3.5
We're
for the
25. We're 25 minutes, 30 minutes into a practice, so let's not overreact too much. But with the Colts playing, I mean, go ahead and cut to this. Jonathan Taylor, the man in between those two NFL Films people right there, he is an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
We're doing 7-on-7 right now, toasting him, and he hasn't even got the ball yet. Paris Campbell, that man's been hurt the last 2 years. Very unfortunate situations. Wearing the number one. Would like to see it on the field a little bit.
Absolutely.
He's got pretty unlucky in the past. The Colts are going to be a team in the AFC.
Yep.
They'll win the division.
Bills are going to be a team in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Chiefs are going to be a team in the AFC.
Well,
What?
I mean, that whole division's going to be a team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Chargers going to be a team
Yeah.
in the AFC. Broncos going to be a team in the AFC. Raiders going to be a team in the AFC. Miami Dolphins, what are they going to be? 2 years out?
Damn, no, they're going to be a team in the AFC. What are you talking about here? One of the best defenses in the league.
I
You
noticed
got
you're not at your house
weapons.
down there in South Florida.
Down there
Not wearing a
from-
Marlins hat.
Yeah, one of your fake
No,
South
not
Florida.
Calm
today.
down,
Not
D-Bud.
today.
Yeah,
I mean,
hey,
come
that's
on,
good
man.
logo, by the way. I'd wear that hat every day, but you choose not to. You wear Miami
I'll
stuff.
switch it
Yeah.
up. I wear my shit or the home teams, man.
And the
For most
Patriots,
part.
maybe they're going to be a team.
Yeah, they'll be a team just because of Bill, and their special teams will be top tier. I think for Miami,
Titans going to be a
Titans.
team.
Well,
course.
then the AFC
Bengals.
North. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bengals,
All four of
Ravens.
them.
The AFC is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, there's 12 teams that could actually go to the playoffs and make
tough.
a run.
So Telesco is maybe sitting on his chair in that office, and he's at a ping pong table in front of the thing. And somebody came in and is like, "You want to play a little ping pong?" He's like, "Have you seen the AFC?"
Yeah.
I actually need to go to the owner right now and ask for $200 million. Matt Ryan, back shoulder, Alec Pierce. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go to Tone Diggs out by the field. I think he can only stand like 4 or 5 feet closer to the field than we can because of the entire microphone and everything. Tone, what have been your, you've been walking around kind of scouting a little bit. What have been your first kind of reactions to the squads out here?
Colts first team offense is dominating. Colts first team offense is ginormous. Their wide receivers are huge. Their tight ends are huge. Matt Ryan's big. They're dominating the Lions first team defense, who Rodrigo did get some run with here earlier. He was star last night. Knox Detroit Lions rookie was getting some run with the ones. Other than that, Colts are dominating.
Sounds like you got a storm coming through, Tone, there at the end, kind of breaking up. But yeah, the Colts have been very dominant. And this is, there's a lot of joint practices that happen. Back in the day, not as many. You said the other day, and we chatted about it with AJ and numerous other people, joint practice always going to be a fight. You think there's definitely going to be a fight out here today or no? At least by the end of the week.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a fight. Like I always talk about special teams. That period is so fast, and those are really the guys that are really scratching and clawing for a spot. Usually, that's where it's happened. That's where it happens. So,
no!
You just saw a pick. I think that's our first pick of the day.
That was Big Richard Nick Foles, though. He can throw all the picks he needs.
Right.
We don't care about him. I mean, I like him. Like him as a person.
Got a statue.
So does Frank.
Keep the picks, pal. Let Matt Ryan have none. You know what I mean? If we're going to give the ball to the Lions, let's go ahead and make sure it's Nick Foles or Sam Ellinger. Let's make sure it's not Matt Ryan.
Do you think it's hard for the Lions, like when you see how physical their camp has been so far, like how easy it is? Like they obviously understand, like you can't just go out and do that with another team, but like how hard is that to turn off? Like there's definitely going to be multiple fights just with like how physical and how crazy their camp has been compared to some.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when you're practicing against your own team, you're taking care of your own guys, right? I'm in here with Paris Campbell or Pittman or whoever. I'm not going to take them all the way to the ground.
Well,
I'm practicing against the Lions, like I don't give a shit if you hit the ground or if you land funny or any of that. I'm trying to make plays, so that's the difference. And that's why fights happen, too. You get a little late chuck here or there, something's got to go down.
A little tone setter. We saw it with Jalen Hurts and the New York Jets.
Oh, yeah.
That happened in a game. That can happen in practice, too, especially with
that was Bush League.
A lot of money on the line, and that's what Sirianni said, too.
Well, that's the Jets.
What did he say?
He said, Saul, that's fucking bullshit. Fuck you, Saul.
That is what he said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Verbatim.
And then right after the game, where'd he go get Saul bet?
Well, I had to go drown my sorrows at D'Alessandro's because Saul is a bitch-made cat, and he's trying to hurt my quarterback.
How about Saul not looking at him, by the way? Saul was like, I'm not looking over there.
He knew.
I knew my guy just fucked up. But we talked to DT, David Thornton, longtime NFL vet. Now he's the
what's the name?
He's the director of relationships.
Player development.
Player development.
With the,
That's it. All that together.
it's a great job.
He's the go-to guy.
He does 1,000 things. A player needs anything at home, at an event, game day, hotel, you go right to DT. He is the intermediate between the players and basically anything else going on. Like he's there just to make people's lives better.
Yeah.
I think it's a mandatory now for every team to have one of those.
Yeah.
He was one of the early ones, this guy. Played for the Colts, got a big deal to go to the Titans. Colts win a Super Bowl next year.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's a great football player, too. DT, great football player. Got paid a shit ton of money to the Titans. I don't think he ever beat the Colts again.
Yeah.
Just completely different thing. Came back home to the Colts, though, to be this director of player personnel. Director of player personnel. And he was one of the trailblazers of the position. Now every single team has one. We were talking to him about how Hard Knocks, day one, the Lions were tackling all the way to the ground.
Wild.
So me and Darius said what's up to him. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how's the family? Who can I help? How can I help? That's his thing. He's a very good guy, blah, blah. And then we go, Darius goes, you see them Lions tackling on day one to the ground? I'm surprised we haven't seen anything like that yet. Because MCDC's trying to instill hey, we're a hard-nosed team, man.
Great.
Yeah.
You got one ass cheek, 3 toes. We'll fight you.
Still beat your ass,
None
man.
of that, by the way, last night.
No.
Let's make sure we have fucking...
And they have several of those.
In the camp.
Exactly.
What are we doing? We need more David Blau. I haven't seen him complete a pass. I've been here all day. No offense, David Blau.
David does deserve this.
I agree completely. But he stole time from MCDC or Deuce Staley last night, so I have to talk about it.
Well, that was also a decision they made. They're giving him kind of the spotlight. It's it's perfect. Then he fumbles the snap later, and we can showcase that whole thing.
What is your
too.
deal? What is your deal? Yeah, because we almost was worse.
I'm not the producer. Yeah, they did it to him.
They wouldn't even put that on probably. It would just be quarterback try. And now it's David Blau, Colombian wife who's on the track team.
Mm-hmm.
She did well until
Beast, yeah.
Dog.
Beast. How about David Blau with the whistle and the timer and the stopwatch? That's a good couple. That's a good relationship.
Coach.
I love the love. You know what I mean? I enjoyed the love, but David Blau or MCDC, fucking feed me MCDC. Yeah. But he is trying to set that tone hey, we're a bunch of dogs up here in Detroit.
I like the Rook, Hutch, too. I like Aiden Hutch. I think he's a perfect pick for that team.
I mean, his family getting a lot of shine last night.
Oh, yeah. They were loving it. Detroit royalty.
Absolutely.
You got to show him in the box. I mean, Amon-Ra's dad, I think, stole the show, though.
All right. Hey, we got first snaps from scrimmage here. Ryan Kelly, the center. Top 100 center. I believe
team.
Quinn's out there.
This is some real ball right here.
Matt Ryan under center. We got ones versus ones, I believe, right now.
Is that Rodrigo again?
It is weird not hearing those helmets clack. I'm not going to lie. I'm with MCDC.
Pacman Jones just walked over, man.
What's happening, man?
What's up, my brother?
Great shades.
Yeah. We're killing it, dude. We are live right now. You want to say what's up, dude?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, listen, for those that don't know, here's Pro Bowler, stud, icon, I am athlete host, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you're super host right now, dude. We're so happy for you, man.
How are you doing, man?
Just living. How are you?
What are the guys?
How we doing?
What are you doing? Making content right now?
Yeah.
You doing a full
Watching
training
you guys
camp?
all the time. Yeah. Doing full training camp.
Yep.
Yeah. That.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
we
just
fucking
said. Yeah. So Brandon them is in Tampa today. I drove up from Cincinnati to Indy to.
You used to come to
cover
Pacers
boards.
games every year whenever you're playing for the Bengals. You're used to this drive. I'm hopping the Sprinter van, have a good time, put a
It
little
wasn't
lip
bad, man. I mean, it wasn't bad of a drive. About 2 hours.
You're killing it.
Come chill with you guys.
Hey, you're killing it.
I'm doing pretty good, man.
No, you're fucking killing it.
You're
Hell
killing
yeah,
it.
crushing.
No, yeah, I am, but you are killing it.
No, you're killing it.
No, I'm so happy for you. Dude.
Are you going to backyard, bro?
I think so. Are you going?
Yeah, I'm going.
You driving, flying?
Flying, definitely flying.
All right, let's do it. Where are you still in Cincy?
Yeah, still in Cincinnati.
All right. You want to stop by next hour?
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah,
I'll
go
be here.
go do all your whatever handshaking you got to do, and then we'll see you next hour.
All right, sound good.
Hey, you still got it or no? You still on that jugs machine? Catch 6 balls?
I can catch the ball, but running, no.
Me neither, pal. Pacman Jones, what an icon.
Legend.
Beast.
Absolute stallion. Somebody's wide open right now.
Ooh,
Pittman. He's got to have a big year.
How's it going, everybody?
That's good. Had a baby Pitt. Michael Pittman Jr. He's going to have a massive year.
That was like a 40-yard play right there. 40-yard catch. Come up. I like it, man. He's got to be a dog.
Cross, by the way, it's like 53 1/3. He just put in, got away. He's going to have a big year. Honestly, you look at the weapons for the Colts. A lot of young, unproven guys. Pittman's the only one who has meaningful minutes. He's going to have to be a guy this entire year. Ryan's going to lean on him.
Got to be a dog, especially in this league. You look around at the top of the league, the top offenses, they got dogs out there receivers.
Connor, is he bigger than you thought, that guy? Yes,
Yeah.
everybody at the top, D-Bud.
You know, it's funny you say that because not only is he bigger, Jonathan Taylor, when he was doing, his warm-up drills with the position group, he's much bigger than I thought. But for Pittman, does it help that he knows, like, hey, Jonathan Taylor, Quentin Nelson, the O-line, I just got to show up, maybe, 10 catches a game, get that
I don't know.
1,000
Pittman's saying,
yards.
Pittman's thinking he's got to be the guy.
Yeah.
As he should. We hope, right? Isn't that kind of what we're hoping?
He wants that target share. He's got to be. And everybody, we can ride that run game. I don't think in today's NFL you can ride a run game to a Super Bowl.
Hold on. Okay, let's dive into that. That's what Frank Reich said.
Yeah.
Frank Reich said that Jonathan Taylor's going to get his touches like we know. But our goal is not to lead the league in rush yards.
Yeah.
And that was the clip that they put on ESPN and everywhere.
Yep.
He followed up, says, all we want to do is win games. So if we're leading the league in rush yards and that's winning games, we're doing that. If he's not leading the league and we're winning games, we're doing that. And I think last year that was a conversation piece because Carson had some great games, great plays, but every once in a while he would check out of an obvious run situation, it wouldn't work out, and we got the fucking guy standing next to him. So I think as a Colts fan and somebody that's been watching, it's like, if we can get this guy the ball, let's get him the ball as much as we possibly can.
Legend.
He was trying to stand to that camera. Right?
Yeah.
Had no idea he was just walking right into a show.
No. And I think that makes sense, but also that logic, that shouldn't mean that Jonathan Taylor isn't getting 25 carries a game. He's the best player.
Hey, you got to ride that guy, right?
You got to ride him, but when it's 3rd and 6, when it's a 2-minute drill, you got to get some points on the board before the half, end of the game.
Right.
That's what you're going to have to do. That's what you're going to have to do to win the big one. So you're going to have that running back that you kind of carry to that point, but then you need a quarterback and offensive weapons on the outside to take you over the hump and get that big ball. That's what we want.
We are live from training camp here as the Indianapolis Colts and the Detroit Lions are scrimmaging currently. It appears as if this is the 2s or the 3s, depending upon if Nick Foles is above Sam Ehlinger, who Sam Ehlinger's going to be in the NFL for 10 years, and everybody's going to be like, hey, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
He's got a fucking howitzer. Just watching him throw the football over here. He throws it so goddamn hard.
Is this run period? No,
Hey,
scrimmage.
it's probably 1st, 2nd down, so run, play action, period.
Who's 17? Do we know who that is? We should have got one of them things.
Yeah.
Sheet.
Don't know.
I bet you everybody else here that's meeting. Go ahead, Tone Diggs. You got a name for us, I think?
That's Michael Strahan.
Oh, no, Strahan. Hey, he's got to be a guy.
Oh, yeah.
So the last 2 years, 17, and I believe it's spelled Strachahan.
Yep.
So we don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
That's on us. We're not as professional as we should be, obviously. Last 2 training camps, he's been the star of training.
Yeah.
Deep ball, go get it, can make a play, knows the place. He's had unlucky injuries at times that have kind of taken out. National media has no idea who this guy is. Only people in Indiana do, I think, and that's probably why we're all shaking it.
For sure.
He's going to have to be a fucking... There's another guy that's going to have to go because Chris Ballard said we're not going to get any established veterans skill. Jesus, I almost said speed because I was thinking of conditioning, and then I almost said talent. I'm like, well, everybody's talent.
Part of it.
Skill positions, though. We're not getting any vets. We have faith in our young guys. He's one of the young guys, even though he's not that young. It's like his 3rd or 4th year. He just hasn't got meaningful playing minutes. He could be a dude if we really wanted to, and if he stayed healthy, I think.
He could be, but it's a lot of gambles. We're talking about a lot of ifs. A lot of ifs. We all, if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. So we taking a lot of chances here.
That's a great line.
I like the proven guys, who get the spots, get open, especially when you have the type of quarterback that we do. But Chris knows these guys obviously better than we do. So
if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk.
We'd all be drunk.
True.
Well, if it gets any harder out here,
Yeah.
I'm going to lose 10 to 15 pounds. We got Jim Irsay stopping by in the next hour.
Hell yeah.
I believe we'll be chatting with Pacman Jones more. We'll get him a seat over here. Can't wait to do that. And we'll continue to watch his practice. Like, the thudding is interesting.
It's weird.
Can't hear anything.
Isn't it? It's like a very...
It's awkward.
It doesn't feel like you're at a football practice almost.
It's not like a crash. It's more like a thud
Yeah.
that's happening. It's a little bit of... And not everybody's wearing them.
Yeah, a lot of the skill positions aren't wearing them, which is
They're running the
awesome.
fastest.
But I don't know. I don't know if I like that, honestly.
Nick
Because then you
Foles.
get in the game and you start getting these hits and it feels a little different.
Ooh. Who's that? Phil?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Lindsay.
there we go.
He's small, huh?
That's how you run the
Wiggle.
ball.
Is he small, or is that just everybody so goddamn big?
Might
little
be
space.
everyone's so goddamn big.
Yeah, he's a slasher.
You
He's a slasher. He
remember,
can get downhill.
you see a team in warm-ups, and it's like, oh, it's a big team.
Yeah.
It used to happen in college a lot more than in the NFL. NFL, too. You remember, I think the Cowboys used to have, like, the biggest offensive line of all time.
yeah.
Get
And
off the
when-
bus.
and when-
Raiders.
when they're warming up, though, you could see it. Like, you're in shirts. This is pre-warm-up. You go out onto the field and just see people, like, kind of warm up, walk around. You'll see some teams, you'll be like, it's a big fucking team.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a massive team. And I don't know how you ever felt. I used to think to myself, like, all right, going to have to bring our shit today, with this big team. Colts have become a very large team.
Big ass.
Like, Colts are big. They got a 6'7" tight end over there.
Yeah.
So a rookie who can move. Quentin Nelson's still going to be a guy forever. Have we seen him on the field yet? Has anybody seen any Quentin Nelson yet? I don't know if he's been.
Don't know.
No.
You
Is he
get a
okay?
day
Is he
today?
rich? Is he holding
I saw him in the weight room earlier. He looked pretty healthy to me. I'm pretty sure he's out there. I'm not.
He's a monster.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
he's
if anyone
all
fights,
football.
You probably have to keep Big Q off the field because I assume everybody will be coming for him.
I do wonder if that is something they're thinking about. Like, hey, Quentin. No, but he wants to be out here for this too. This is the first
absolutely.
live. These are live reps.
You saw him ask him about playing in the preseason. He's like, shit, yeah, I want to play.
Yeah, I would like to pick up bodies and dump them on their heads whenever we can.
Much as possible.
Think about those big guys, though, especially on the outside. It's harder for those guys to create separation usually. They just got to make a bunch of tough catches over and over and over again. So as a receiver, I would have rather face a big guy than a smaller, shifty guy.
Smaller, shifty guy has a chance to get you on the ground.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be contesting every ball you think, and you're good in the air.
Yeah. Because I can body position myself and play the ball when I'm playing a bigger guy, but the shifty, they create more separation. So it's tougher. Easier windows for
Oh, here
quarterback.
we go. We got special teams period. This is when it could get.
This is when you got to keep your eyes peeled.
This is when it could get good.
You see these gunners out here.
This is a punt period, obviously. Rigoberto Sanchez, the punter for the Indianapolis Colts. He's right over yonder. Is he on the screen? There he is in the back. He is absolutely unbelievable at his job. He's so good. He's so boring. So he doesn't get a lot of accolades or conversation. He came in immediately after I retired and became the starter. They signed another guy. I forget his name. He punted for the Vikings for a while. Lefty, kind of a shorter guy. They signed him. They thought he was a replacement. Had a press conference and everything. I had never had a press conference.
really?
That guy got a press conference immediately upon me retiring. Rigo came in, outworked him, beat his ass for a job, undrafted free agent.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. He's not punting right now. I don't know
Yeah, I
if this is
remember
just a
that.
block
yeah.
period.
I think I was still there.
Yeah.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, this dude is quiet,
Just goes about his business.
Love
works
that.
his ass off.
Just beat cancer too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think last year he
yeah,
had.
last year.
That's true.
I think it was blood, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Badass. I don't know if we have a good shot of it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it because everybody's in the back. Got a little blocking going on, a little blocking drill. Luke Rhodes, long snapper, former linebacker, turned into Rigoberto says goodbye.
Yeah, linebacker was kind of a fringe guy at linebacker and said, you know what? This
Here it is. Here it is.
Oh.
Immediately. We need Harlan's camera needs to be shooting to the right.
Hey,
Literally first
I mean,
punt, fight. This is look at the Gunners.
It's just watch the Gunners. That's the drill where it's going to. It's a full team. I mean, it already starts off as a fight.
So
The
they're not
rep
doing
is
a full
fight.
team rep. I think Gunners and corners are halfway down.
Okay,
So I think that's what happened.
That's
'cause
smart.
I didn't see
Oh.
him. So the reason why they snapped it, he didn't punt it, is so that they could block it up. Then they'll punt
smart.
it with halfway down. Then he cover the rest of the way. Obviously, we didn't get it on camera. Gunner took shot on returner.
Right.
And they were still probably
Not
trying
my returner.
Yeah. That's like a goalkeeper, goaltender.
Gotta get him.
We are heading into a break, I do believe. We'll be back in the next hour. Jim Irsay will be joining us. Pacman Jones will be joining us. There'll be more highlights, I would assume, coming out of training camp because these boys are on fire. Rigoberto just hit a bad punt. He's not going to like that. That's good for the coverage, though. I used to hate that because everybody on the sideline doesn't know football. What up, dog? Doesn't know football. It's like, what a terrible punt. It's like, shut up. All right, there's another one coming here. It's a great day to be out here, man. This is awesome.
Gorgeous.
Very thankful to be here. Very thankful you're watching and listening. We're going to be stacked. MC DC, Motor City Dan Campbell.
What?
Matt Ryan.
What?
Yannick Ngakoue.
What?
Jim Irsay.
What?
Pacman Jones. All to come. We'll see you in 6. Hit it fucking hard out right there, D-Butt. Are you kidding me?
That's show business, baby.
That is show business. We're still live on YouTube, but radio people got a nice send-off into a 6-minute break. Double team, push him into the... That's a good ball there. That's a good ball there. Yeah, because double team on the gunner. So you got two guys bodying one guy.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be a fight.
Yeah,
gonna be
it's a bit chippy.
Strain, you know, if you're straining at all, there's going to be a little late stuff.
That's how it goes.
Turn on tone. Turn on tone. He's on.
Yeah, they're doubling the gunner with a punt.
Just blocking it up.
You
there.
could just come, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot
you
of-
should probably just stand right
There's
here.
a lot of chaos on that front line, too.
Stand right here. If you had to. Is it working now?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
There it is.
So you said they were doing, was it a half rep, that first one?
No, it's full.
That's a good fucking punt there. Damn, Rigoberto. Right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, they're going full from the line of scrimmage with the punt on the gunners, and then
full inside.
full rush with no punt.
Yeah, so nobody runs into the punter. Smart decision.
Randy's on it too. I mean, look at this guy. He knows what he's doing back there.
Hell yeah.
All right, baby, Randy, follow the tone. I mean, does Harlan have a shot on the...
Yeah, Harlan's working.
Does he? Because he might have an angle around that. No, he's right behind players.
No, he's shaking his head no.
Hey, Harlan, dude, great job. As are you, Randy. All right, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and let this thing run. We'll see you for hour 2. I'm excited. I'm thankful for this. Use hashtag PMS Live at camp. Go ahead and guess how many minutes exactly is our Jim Irsay interview?
Here we go.
From start to finish.
What?
What, somebody just took one back? Nah, Rigoberto's tackling you. Don't worry about that. Just not live reps. How many minutes from first question, as soon as I say, and we'll round to full minutes. It won't be like seconds.
Perfect.
How many minutes does the Irsay interview go?
38.
I think he's coming at a half hour. I don't know if he could go for 38.
17.
You never know. He said,
21 minutes. That's
Jim
a long
can talk.
time.
Use the hashtag PMS Live at camp. How long will the Jim Irsay interview be? Put your cash tag in there as well. And a screenshot, maybe. You look so cool with the hat fix there. All right, we're back in 4. Cheers. J, dude.
Oh, top of the line.
That's when they were singing about being sexy.
That's right.
The 310J. When somebody saw it, that's sexy, and he was like, "The country music, you're right, it is. She thinks my tractor's sexy." Oh, look at that! Hell yeah, dude! Hey, that's got a good cockpit in there. Yeah, kind of looks like the Pope Mobile with all the glass around the top there, but it ain't no Pope Mobile because this one's fucking breaking grind. Hell yeah!
Party in the front, business in the back, am I right?
Well, I do believe we got business
on
all
both
sides.
ends.
That's right.
Yeah, the plow down there in the front is, although a good time. It is a good time to get that thing going.
Fun.
Business is being handled, dude.
Everyone's getting plowed.
And then on the back side, you know, whenever you start cracking earth,
Oh, yeah.
oh my
You
god.
need the excavator back there, the big dog.
And you know the thing about the seat on this 310J, it turns.
Yeah.
So it's always in the front. You know, whatever you're working on, business can be on the front, both sides.
That's right.
Controls all around.
We worried about those front tires?
No, not at all.
That's how they roll.
No, they survive anything.
Those are standard Deere backhoe tires.
Look at the back
Someone like you
tires,
might be worried
Foxy.
about
Yeah, exactly. Foxy.
I'm just asking questions.
Foxy, it ain't about the front wheels. It's always about the back.
That's right.
All right, because these rear wheel powered vehicles that you would never understand.
Yeah, you don't know anything about that, Foxy.
You have no
I
idea.
would not know.
Wake up.
I got friends that know. I don't know.
Listen, when you're drifting gears, okay, on a rear wheel, especially for 600 some ponies, you gotta watch for like any, you know, plot holes or debris.
Of course.
Because you can and then hit a tree. Because the back end kicks out. And then you won't drive that car ever again. Because how are you not supposed to drift it? And I guess, how are you not supposed to hit another tree?
Yeah.
Right.
That's my life. Doesn't have to be yours, though. Thank you, Andrew, for calling from the 310J. That's a beautiful piece of machinery.
It is.
Gorgeous.
Take that thing another round. Oh, look at that thing prop itself up.
Lift kit.
That's why the wheels don't matter in the front, pal.
Yeah.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show, Hour 2, on this Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. And football's in the air because we are live at Colts Lions Joint Practice Training Camp. Let's go.
Here we go, atta baby.
As you saw, walk through the background there, Pacman Jones. Numerous other people as well, because training camp here with the Lions in town, Hard Knocks in town, and the Colts flying around has been nothing short of electrifying.
Yeah.
Last hour, we got to see a lot of highlights. Michael Pittman Jr. had a 30 to 40-yard gain, grabbed our microphone, started talking into it. Matt Ryan has looked fantastic, as has the entire Colts team. Lions, not so much. What will this hour look like? The talks tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt, and sitting right next to him, an incredibly handsome man who is a 9-year NFL vet and has been to numerous training camps in the past, and now he's back wearing a hoodie and sweats. It is 95 degrees at Darius Butler. You look amazing, pal.
Feel great, man. I see Big Q out there too.
Ooh. Yeah, Quentin Nelson's moving. Matt Ryan's in. I would assume Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson, if Matt Ryan's in, we're in.
Protect the house.
It has been fantastic. As we see the Guardian caps sit on top of the head of the boys out there, this is the one offense for the Indianapolis Colts. Nyheim Hines is in there in relief, I believe, of Jonathan Taylor, or maybe split out at slot. Kelvin Shepard with the dreads at the hang time right in front of us, former Indianapolis Colt, now coach for the Detroit Lions. Matt Ryan has taken command in charge of the Indianapolis Colts. He's beloved by everybody in the building, and I'll tell you what, after watching the first hour of joint practices here, he's going to be fucking good this year.
Very.
Ooh. Bink.
That's good.
Hold on to it.
No.
Hold on to it, baby. 83.
83 is
Lions made a play, huh?
hey, Kylan Granson out of SMU.
Oh, Granson.
6'3", 242.
That's a big body.
So he's 6'3", 242. Mo Alley Cox, 6'5", 267.
He's bigger than 6'5". It's fake.
6'6" with cleats. Remember, NFL height is your smallest you'll ever be. Because when you stand, you've done this, right? They literally push you down. You're barefoot. Make sure you stand like this. We're going to push your back down so you're the shortest you'll ever be. And then that's your height. Every other sport wants their players to look bigger and larger than life.
That's Mo right there. That's bigger than
God damn.
6 whatever the hell they put on. That's
6'5", 287. He's going to have to be a weapon for Matt Ryan as well, which has kind of been the conversation around all of camp for us. Is not a lot of motherfuckers we know.
How big is Alec Pierce? Because I was shocked at how big he is in person.
Alec Pierce listed 6'3", 211, so walk around 6'4", 6'5", probably 215, 220.
Huge.
It's pretty big.
big athlete.
All the receivers seem to be huge. Like we were talking about Strahan. It feels like they need more so like a slot.
Strahan is number
So that's
17.
Pierce Campbell should be that shifty speed guy.
But I think a lot of conversations around potential 9'9".
Yeah.
9'9". You know what I
Ashton
mean?
Doolin.
Michael Strahan, 6'5", 225.
Huge.
Ashton Doolin, 6'2", 215. Holy fuck.
Jelani Woods. Wait, that's the rookie out of...
Jelani Woods, 6'7", 253.
My God.
Tight end out of Virginia, dude. Hey, listen, I'm not like the greatest talent evaluator. This is the biggest fucking Colts team I've ever seen in my life.
Can't teach size.
Chris Ballard is just like, we want big and fast.
The Forrest Buckner's huge.
Hey, you don't have enough weapons. We got guys that are 6'7", 6'6", 6'5". They'll fucking figure it out.
Find a mismatch.
We're trying to create our weapons because we've had to pay quarterbacks for the last 3 years that are no longer on our team. I love the Indianapolis Colts process and what they've been doing, but they're going to have to get wins. They can't go down to Clanton and lose in Clanton the last game of the season.
Absolutely not.
We're going to have a guy in here that owns this team and kind of owns this whole operation. He'll be sitting right here at the corner of this very large-sized desk that I got. He'll be sitting. Jim Irsay expects winning.
Oh, yeah.
What did he tell you, Connor, whenever you moved to this city?
Yeah, when I moved to the city, he actually said, "Don't you guys worry. We're going to bring 2 Super Bowls here in the next decade."
And for you, what did that mean?
It meant, well, that better happen. I want to see a parade. I haven't seen one in a long time. I live in Indiana now, and hey, Jim, 2 years into this thing, it's going to be 2023 by the time the Super Bowl's played. If we don't get one in these next 2-3 years, 2 doesn't seem realistic.
What
pal.
are you shaking your head for, Ty?
Well, he's got a point.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, hey, him bringing in Matt Ryan, though, I think that is the signifier. Hey, it's time to go right now. We had our fun last year with Carson, yada, yada, yada. Get him out of town.
Yada, yada.
Bring in the astronaut, bring in the Navy SEAL, and let's go get a Super Bowl so we can parade down Meridian.
And by the way, if this guy doesn't, Jim will.
He's gone,
he better.
too.
He
It's a short window.
But to be clear, all the intangibles of a starting quarterback that you've seen or heard about having success in the NFL, Matt Ryan has all of them.
Yeah, well, do intangibles pay my taxes? Because my taxes pay for that goddamn
Here we go.
What's a little scrap? You got a little scrap?
A little one. Just a little
Oh, a little push. I'll get you next. See, it hasn't been forgotten. The guy pointing the finger right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to come another drill at some point in time where he will remember who he was pointing the finger at. And the person that was getting pointed at, he fucking remembers he was getting pointed at as well.
Yep.
And all it's going to take is what? Just one off-balance shove and then wound the kid. Far, man. We just need you to bring the gasoline, man. A lot of Colts talk today, obviously, because we're here and we're only seeing their offense succeed. Aiden Hutchinson also out there. He looks good.
Oh, yeah.
He looks very good. He seems to have that, and this is very racist of me, but it does feel like he's a Watt.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It does. He has like the motor.
Yeah.
Seems like he has the celebration. He has the swagger. Feels like his family's all in as well, just like the Watt family's. He feels like another Watt. And I don't mean to say that just because he's a white pass rusher and he looks eerily similar to him with blonde hair and he's shredded like a Watt would be. That would be me being very shallow in my football evaluation. But the motor, the energy, the swagger, what they need, being from Michigan, feels like he was a home run for this MCDC squad.
Looks like an absolute perfect pick for him.
Yeah.
We'll see how he continues to develop.
I bet he loves that too, hearing Watt. I mean, both of them, on
Yeah,
those
I'm
lines.
talking about the Watts maybe being fucking relax.
The opposite.
Well, TJ, I don't know if you heard, TJ was on with Pivot.
I think it was the Pivot, yeah.
I think he was with the Pivot.
With Channing Crowder.
And he talked about how, Channing Crowder asked him, are you better than your brother JJ? Straight Matt Ryan on the move. Dime to Michael Pittman. Let's go. Hey, the guy's mobile. The guy is mobile. Look at that dude right there.
Still move.
He does. He got a knee brace on. He appears to not be as heavy as you would think for a guy that's played as long as he is long. Seems to be slim, or whatever. But yeah, Channing Crowder from the Pivot asked TJ. Here we go. The boys are buzzing in Indiana. Hard Knocks got Mike on it. You see the guys kind of linger in towards the end. That's strictly because on camera they want to be viewed in the fight. Everybody out here, Matt Ryan, not expected to be in there. 83 here, might get judged. I'm not 100% sure.
Especially after you didn't just hold on to the damn ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get in there with your guardian.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. You go in towards the end, just kind of show face. Probably the right move for film later because there's going to be judgment of that. But you see who's coming out of there. Ryan Kelly.
In there. I like that.
Quentin, Jonathan Taylor's in that motherfucker. I mean, those are guys. Mo Alley Cox. We got size on everybody.
Yeah.
So I guess if we're going to fight, let's fight. This is expected. This is appreciated. And I like that it hasn't just gone into a full-out war yet.
A little quick scrap.
Seem to be able to get some good work in.
And that might carry over, though. How long does it take till it is just not even helping the team? You're just fighting every other play.
You know what, Connor? As the practice goes on, the less likely the fights are because we're getting more and more tired. But we're trying to get out of it. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. It might just be a fucking freight train.
Wow. Hey, that's a Metallica song. You know that?
I didn't know that. I thought it was an MCDC quote off the top of the dome.
Well, me too. And I thought to myself, interesting quote to lead team meeting with. And then the end of Hard Knocks, they had a Metallica song.
No leaf clover, man.
Are you going to do that to him, man?
Maybe. We'll see.
He's huge.
He's massive.
He should be on the Colts.
He's got a jaw in the size of my body. So it kind of makes me weigh it out a little bit.
TJ was asked, though, if he's better than JJ by Channing Crowder. Channing Crowder, one of the greatest question askers of all time. Awesome. He is, on the record, stated numerous things to people. I'll ask him a question with a straight face, and I have nothing but respect for it. But he asked him, TJ, straight up, you better than JJ. And TJ was like, I'm not even going to get in that conversation just because. And he put over his brother so bad. And he's right. Do you remember we used to go down to Houston? It was a JJ Watt show. He was scoring touchdowns. He was intercepting the ball. He was picking up fumbles. He was sacking. And every time he was shown on that Jumbotron, all of Houston went bananas. He was on every single page of the program. JJ Watt had to deal with some car dealership, some hospital he was doing, some restaurant, some bar, some merch company. It was just JJ Watt every single page. Normally it's like a player has one. It's a big deal. He was everywhere down. He was the guy. And that does get forgotten about because he gets injured now that he's a little bit older. But he's still able to make some great things. And I'm happy that TJ said, like, let's do a quick pause here. Okay, we fight each other. We go into frozen lakes together in Wisconsin, and there is a little bit of a beef. He was a guy. And obviously, TJ is now, and that's exactly what Aiden's looking for. Not that they're in the same family, but I appreciated that out of TJ.
Yeah, before Aaron Donald, like J.J. Watt was one of the most dominant forces I've ever seen on that D-line. If he wasn't getting a sack, he was batting the ball down, which is that's tips for us as DBs. So he was a one-man wrecking crew on that Houston, Texas defense for a long time.
Where is he? Central Michigan with AB?
Yeah,
And then
playing tight end.
Then he went to Wisconsin because he's from there.
Yep. Yeah.
He played tight end there, or they moved him?
He played tight end at Central Michigan, and I don't think he was starting, so he transferred to Wisconsin, was like delivering pizzas or something, and then put on a bunch of weight, and they moved him to D-end.
I don't know if he's delivering pizzas.
Legit.
I love JJ.
Yeah, like Kurt Warner in the grocery store.
I love JJ Watt.
Yeah, turn down for Watt. Wasn't that like?
Oh yeah.
That comes on in Houston, and everybody goes.
Then he start doing the.
He
did the whole
dance.
thing, and the shit he would talk, like he flipped the switch and he'd go into movie character.
Yeah.
You know, the movie character that you would want for your defensive end, outside linebacker for the team that you're a fan of. The blood photo.
Oh, yeah, just perpetually broken nose, blood all over his face.
What if I am just that guy? Yelling. You know, it's like, God damn, this guy.
Arm brace. And the Gronk arm brace.
Over Darius's right shoulder, you could see a man who's Italian, kind of peeking his head around the bag.
There he is.
Tone, I don't know if your microphone works. What's been going on out there? What have we been missing since we've been chit-chatting about the Whites and the Hutchinson family?
So when the ball goes in the air for the Colts, they are really good. But other than that, the lines are kind of hanging around when it goes to second team, third team. But first team passing offense for the Colts has looked really good.
All right, thank you, Tone. Thank you, Tone. Sounded like a great report there.
Yeah, it was good.
You were really breaking things down. Matt Ryan has good command of the huddle over there. Is that what you're noticing as well? Yeah, all right.
It's broken.
Tone shaking his head.
I mean, Matt Ryan, from what we've heard, right, is basically come in telling everyone, screaming at him to get on the line, get him going.
Screaming is an interesting way.
Well, no, motivating. Sure, not screaming, but
screaming is a little negative connotation.
Well,
but didn't he say, like, hey, listen, I don't care if these guys fucking like me. We're here to win.
Yeah.
Matt.
They think I'm a jerk or
That's how you should be. I mean, you shouldn't be a jerk, but I mean, you're running the show. You know, as you should be. It's gotta be
who just threw a pick? Who was that? Was that us? Was that Foles?
Yeah, it was
Foles. All right.
Foles.
All right. We don't care.
Yeah, Matty Ice.
We don't care.
He's clean.
As long as it's not Matt.
Foles has looked like shit.
Damn. Tone, your mic worked there. Jeez Louise.
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, clear as day.
I think because I'm below the cameras, the RFID's blocked.
Oh, look at you. You're taking a knee out there. Randy, good shot there. Hey, Randy, that was a great shot.
Go, Randy.
We're getting a heads up on when the arrival of a billionaire will be. Okay, perfect. We got nothing but time. That's what I just learned.
It's like team picture day.
Get your those are the best. All right, let's do a show. Who wants to sing? Let's pass some time. Those are good times, man.
Good times.
You know who I got a text from? I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise or not.
Oh.
Nah, fuck it.
Manti Te'o?
What's your problem?
What is
It'd be
going
sweet.
on?
No, what is your
I don't know
problem?
if that would
What
be a
is this
surprise.
guy's problem,
What?
dude?
But I don't know that when we were talking about how good JJ used to be, it reminded me of how good Manti used to be and watching Mark run around the field in Indy. And for Notre Dame.
What was his
What
name?
is wrong with you?
Manti.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
said
said.
Mark in there.
Yeah,
No, I
calling him
didn't.
Mark
Listen,
Te'o.
the only thing I got out of that documentary that I was a little suspect about was he's more religious than we are.
Way more.
He asked God to give him a sign.
Oh, Lord.
Whoa.
Wow, that's
whoa.
what he said.
T-Buck.
That's what he said right there. He said he was a lifelong USC fan. No spoilers, this is early in the thing. Lifelong USC fan. Living in Hawaii, USC 75 sunny every single.
Prime of USC.
If they were in the middle of their run, lifelong USC fan. was going to USC. Was going up to say he was going to USC, but before then, prayed to God to give him a sign if he's making the right move. Runs in a guy named Ernie or something like that. I forget who the person.
Gary the janitor.
Yeah. Gary the janitor. I don't know if it's janitor or somebody that was important to him. And say you go to USC, you just basically be another oos at USC. You go to Notre Dame, you'd be the first ever Manti Te'o. And he said, that's God, give me a sign. Goes to fucking Notre Dame. Wasn't happy about it.
No. Wow. Signed his letter of intent, like upset after he
So
signed.
he cried going to Notre Dame. And then, because God gave him a sign, which immediately I was like, all right, going to be tough to take Manti serious here.
Yes.
Okay, going to be tough to take Manti serious.
Sure.
But I respect people that are that religious. Then as you go through the entire thing, it's like, if he's at USC, it's a much different ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't happen. The
Lene
whole
lives
thing.
in Cali.
Yeah, they have the whole. I mean, maybe it might have happened, but there's a lot of it in there.
I mean, it looked like it was the right decision for, but the dude was a Heisman finalist as
Bingo.
a linebacker.
It worked out. Yeah, he said the first couple of months were tough. Everybody struggles going to college. I think there's a little bit of
well,
a
Brian Kelly's a huge asshole, so I'm sure that played into it as well.
Yeah, was he there when?
I believe so.
Okay.
What's your problem?
Well, I just assumed that Brian Kelly was a huge prick to him. He's
What's your problem?
massive
What's his
prick
deal?
to everyone else, you know.
What are you talking about? His family?
Yeah, exactly.
Manti's part of his family.
Well, he was.
It's different.
Anyways, you watch that, you'll feel terrible for Manti Te'o. I honestly think
100%.
that. Not the God thing, because he decided that made his decision or whatever. His family, too, was like, go to USC. His family was like, what are we doing? It was a full thing.
Yeah.
It was a full
They
thing.
should have won it. Yeah, maybe not.
Hey, that was like the first 10 minutes, too. They were trying to get you not to like Manti early. Like with that thing. Not that, by the way,
How many episodes?
nothing wrong with that, but Manti thinking that God was reaching directly out to him whenever he gets so many scrolls of prayers a day. I mean, it is
a lot of them.
That is something to think about. But that big of a decision, he was number one linebacker in the country. Number one linebacker in the country. The guy could have went wherever he wanted. Goes to Notre Dame. That's early. Then you keep watching through it. It's like, all right, I appreciate how disciplined this guy is and his faith and everything like this. They were telling us that because they wanted us to know that's how disciplined he is with his religion and everything. Then you get through it and it's like, this guy was fucked. This guy was. He's asking people about her. They're signing off on it. There's numerous photos. Personalized photo. Hey, I need you to hold today's newspaper and a fork, right? She got one.
Lene's doing it.
Yeah, from the girl.
Got it from the girl.
She's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Legitimately, terrible person.
Manti.
How many episodes? I got to binge.
2.
Okay.
It's like an hour long each one. Yeah. 2 hours.
2 hours total.
Easy.
100% worth of watching.
Okay.
And Manti deserves an apology from everybody.
Yeah. Did you make it to the second episode?
Yeah, Dr. Phil makes an appearance in this thing. Okay? What? Dr. Phil McGraw.
Yeah.
Doctor?
Schrags worked for Fox News at the time. He made an
He's in
appearance.
there?
Yeah.
Brady
Skip
Quinn?
Bayless was in there. Brady Quinn was in there. A lot of people in there. We're going to try not to be in documentaries for the bad things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feels like a lot of these sports documentaries come out, people that do our job get shoved in there a lot and painted in a terrible image.
Yeah.
We need to remember that as we continue to talk about people. For instance, Nick Foles has looked fucking terrible.
Yes, very bad.
Okay? But that does not mean he's going to look terrible every day.
Yeah, still
Everybody has a bad practice.
Super Bowl MVP.
Exactly. Who cares?
He's also the
I've had
third string quarterback, so who gives a shit?
Nah, second. I think he's taking 2 reps.
Ellinger looks like a guy. Me and D-Butt, speaking of Manti documentaries, on the way up here, we're talking about when do you think they're going to do an Andrew Luck documentary from the Stanford to the Colts, the rise, and then kind of how it all ended and where he is now?
Oliver Luck, great businessman.
Yep.
Oliver Luck, great businessman. Incredible businessman.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, incredibly intelligent, probably a great businessman as well. Let's assume there's some sort of idea. They can't be stealing stories, though, and making movies out of it like Hulu did with Mike.
Goddamn
They're
right.
promoting that still.
Oh, yeah.
I need to drop Hulu. I'm sick of seeing it. They're shoving it in
should.
my face. And Mike Tyson's not happy, but I'm like, you guys are just... What, are you spitting in Mike Tyson's face? Not
What?
that Mike Tyson's been an angel. Hey, listen. But the guy at least deserves his own story. I think we've all kind of felt bad for him.
Especially when he already licensed his own story to be made a movie, and it's coming
they're
out.
cocking
Yeah,
his.
exactly.
Exactly. Telling his story before he gets the...
Hulu does have Old Man, and that series was excellent. 7 episodes.
Yeah, but that's on
Hulu's
FX.
got live sports, too.
What?
Do they?
Hulu doesn't know.
I always see the commercials. I haven't watched one.
Damn dollar.
Yeah, that's where I watch Hulu because cable in my house doesn't work ever.
Still?
So, ever.
Jesus
Nothing ever
Christ.
works.
What the hell?
We got 1,000 up, 1,000 down in my house. Yeah. I can't post a video if I tried. What?
Wow.
Just probably me. It's just the way it goes. Remember that there was that 1 year national championship froze up for 25 minutes?
Oh, yeah, you missed the whole fourth quarter.
Super Bowl froze up for 25 minutes.
Yep.
Just every TV in the house locked up. It's like, why is this happening? And you talk to a tech person who's like, always seems like the more money you pay, the worse it gets. I'm like, all right, don't need you saying that to me.
Yeah.
That's not
Funny
ideal.
joke.
That's not the answer I need. I battle with tech on a regular basis.
That's why we watch the Super Bowl at the office now. So that doesn't
Actually
happen.
do, yeah. We have a thing. Yeah, national championship is, well, I think we'll be
Thunderdome?
Up to something season?
Or up to something?
No. What's up, Tone?
Up to something?
Tony just fucking poked his head.
Tony, tackle one of those pads.
Go back to Rainy Shot. Tone, run through that. You have no gut sack. You don't run through that. Yep.
Let's go,
Hey,
Tony.
ball security, Tone. Ball security, Tone. Get something in the hand. Ball, right there. Hey, come back. Don't go through that way. Come back towards us. Yeah.
Here we go,
This is
Tone.
the Jameis Winston.
He's not going to make it all the way through.
Here we go. Hey, those are tight. They're brand new, that thing. You can zoom in a little bit, Randy, if you want. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see it, Tony.
Damn.
Hey, Jameis Winston got beat up by every bag the last time he won through.
Oh, yeah.
Tone dropped that.
Tone might have broke that first one.
Well, Tone dropped the CTE
Let's
brain
go.
and said, listen, I'm rolling right through you boys.
Tony broke the first pad. Look at that thing on the bottom.
Go to Harlan shot, please.
Diggs.
Jonathan Taylor ran through there earlier. Naheem Hines ran through there earlier.
What?
Philip Lindsay ran through there earlier.
What?
Those bags couldn't handle the Italian stallion from CTE City, Tone Diggs. Tone, we're going to get charged for that.
Yeah, get that guy a contract.
Get him a guardian.
Tony should be the fullback of the Indianapolis Colts tomorrow.
I'm not sure where you're going with fullback. We're much like the Patriots we've kind of eliminated.
Yeah, smart football.
Hey, Tone, you look very athletic there, pal. We're proud of you.
Yeah, still not as good as I once was, but I'm good once as I ever was, Pat.
I'm not as good as I once was.
How the years have flown. But there was a time back in my prime where I really hold it down.
D-Butt.
D-Butt, come on, sing with us.
Nope, I got the beat for you.
All right, hey, start it off then so we can keep going. Start the beat. Go ahead.
Oh, nah. I don't want to mess up
How
the
about you
song.
just dropping a hand?
Yeah.
All right, I got you. Anyways, back to the story. I was asked by a former college coach of mine's staff,
Yeah.
and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it just timing-wise. Do you remember like gong shows and stuff like at the end of training camp? Did you guys a rookie show at the end of training camp in college, or did you guys just have everybody sing or whatever?
Yeah, I was just singing bullshit.
So Rich Rodriguez had there was one at the end of training camp. It's a gong show or whatever. He's now coaching at Jacksonville State, I believe. Is that where he's coaching? Where's he? Does anybody remember where he's coaching?
Did he go
sounds
to
right,
Louisiana
yeah.
Monroe? And
Jacksonville State. He's the head coach now. He's got a head gig again.
Yeah.
By the way, Rich Rodriguez is going to be a head coach of an SEC team or some Big Ten team within
3 years.
Within a year or two.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be back. And I remember when I was calling games for Thursday Night Football, we had Ole Miss, Mississippi State for the Egg Bowl, and he was offensive coordinator for Ole Miss. And this was after some shit happened, and he had been out of the game for like a year and a half, 2 years. He came back, and we had the production call. It's the first time talking to him since he left. And me and Rich had a hilarious relationship. I think that's a good way to describe it. Hilarious relationship. I was the kicker and the punter. I was going to have that role regardless of what happened. And the way he coached, and our relationship was interesting. I tried to bring moods, the vibes.
Yeah.
He was pretty much a fuck you type guy, And so I didn't know. And it was my first introduction to football culture too. So me and him, interesting vibes. But I asked him before that Ole Miss Mississippi State game. I was like, you see the end in sight or whatever now you're back? And he said he thought he was going to wrap it up, and then after everything happened, he said, I think I can fucking keep on going. So Rich Rod's going to be a head coach at a big place again because he's motivated to do it. The guy changed the entire game. He's got the Gong Show coming up for his team in a couple of days, and I got a text from his old staff, that watch. I used to host the Gong Show every year. Yeah. It was at the end of the year. It was awesome. It was electrifying, much like those team meeting days, basically team photo days. But that's the part of training camp that I'm happy Hard Knocks kind of puts on. When the rookies sing, I know it just seems like it's a bit or whatever. Like that is an energy boost that is needed for fucking everybody. And when you watch Aiden Hutchinson do Michael Jackson and you see these electrifying moments and everybody clapping and getting along, think about the first time somebody did spoken word. Think about it. I don't want to take this the other way. That shit was a terrible era. That was a bad generation. That was a bad,
horrible,
bad.
No way.
Oh yeah, because you didn't know. This person went through more than you. Oh shit. Double team on the sideline over here. Boys are just getting after it.
Okay, so now they flip.
This is Jack Fox punting now. The Detroit Lions. Jack Fox. And look at the Colts sideline.
Looks like we dominated that rep.
At least on this side, the gunner
Is
did
that
not.
Pittman? Yeah, see, Pittman's going to get another fight today.
Hell yeah.
I think he's okay with it.
Yeah, he's a big son of a bitch. I don't think he's scared either.
Pittman's made a couple plays. He's talked into a microphone. He's been in 2 fights looking for 3. That's what I'm talking about with Michael Pitt. That's the type of dog we need.
Yeah,
That's right.
those dogs.
MCDC's watching Pittman do his thing. He's like, man, so we fucking need one of those.
Like that guy.
Here we go on this side. We're not going to be able to see it because of how many people, but they're doing punt drills, and there is a double team about to take place on a gunner over here. I don't know if it's Harlan or...
God damn.
That's a big-time ball by Jack.
Yeah.
Jack Fox.
Atta baby Jack! Atta baby Jack!
He's your best player, too. He's balling out.
Oh, that's a good split. That's a good. That's a holding. That's a flag on us.
Yeah, it's hard to see because other players are there, but this is the special teams drill that Darius chatted about earlier, just guaranteeing a fight, basically.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen because it's
2-on-1.
It's 2-on-1. It's around all your guys, too. Like, for instance, there's a double team happening here on the right sideline. And there's 2 Colts players that are trying to make a team. That's why they're in this drill. And they got a double team a gunner. Can't let them get down the field. All 4 hands are allowed to be on the person, and you are trying to shove as far as possible into the sideline. The sideline is filled with all Colts players. So you are shoving this person into your teammates, who are gassing them up too, by the way. This is the recipe in the makings for a brawl. Trainer nearby that's probably smart might need the scissors to cut this thing up.
And I mean, anything goes in this drill. Only thing you can't do is take the guy to the ground.
Or
Anything
jump off sides.
You're good.
Yeah, he just jumped off sides. Yeah, look at the fucking ball. Yeah, look at the fucking ball. Yeah. Gunner didn't know the ball was snapped, so he's just chilling.
That's it.
Oh. Attack 1, by the way. See, now they're both hemmed up. Yeah, he's got nothing. Yep, and that's a long day for him.
Yeah.
Look, here it is. Here it comes. Oh, there's a little extra. There's a little extra. Great
Shove.
That's out the club.
Little extra. All right, let's get to a break. We will get to a break. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. Having a great time here at training camp. Have no idea what the show quality is.
No. Not sure. Hey, I mean, you got Michael Pittman on.
Yeah.
You got some fights on.
Pacman was on.
Got Pacman on.
Seeing some practice footage.
Yeah, come on.
Tone broke a sled.
Yeah, Tone dominated.
That felt good, huh?
Did feel good, to be honest with you.
That Pittman clip, too, is hilarious.
Just coming over here and yelling at him.
What's up, everybody?
And then going and starting a fight like 2 plays later.
Yeah, right after.
Love it.
By the way, I like the fact that the gunner broke inside away from the rest of the team. Smart. idea. So the rules with going 1 gunner versus a double team, and this is why, by the way, we're learning here in this drill, this is why punts have to be much higher in the NFL. Because there's only 2 people that are allowed to leave the line of scrimmage before the ball is punted, and it's your 2 gunners, and they're normally squaring off against 2 people who are trying to keep them on the line. So the higher the ball allows everybody more time to get down the field, thus not as big of a return. So if you got a dog at gunner, you keep them. First of all, if you can get a guy that can beat a double team, you do that. But other than that, you're just trying to attack 1 player that you think is weaker. That is literally what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I can get this guy, and then you're just hoping and praying to get past him.
Yeah.
What a miserable existence.
Yeah, Matthews. That's why Slater has been on the Patriots for 15 years because of how goddamn good he is at doing that.
Yeah, and then they brought in Justin Bethel too, the second best guy in the NFL.
If you can beat a double team, you can play for a long time. Tywan Jones, another one up there in Buffalo, but Matt Slater, man, he should be a damn first ballot Hall of Famer. What he's done.
Sergio O'Brien was on our team.
Yep.
He got moved to safety full time. They paid him to go play safety the entire time. He deserved it. Go get your money. But if he would have stayed a gunner, we're talking like Slater-like run. He used to be able to do shit like that, but he was so good they put him in safety.
You said Darius Hayward Bay, right?
Yes.
Just because he was like the 7th pick or whatever, he doesn't get remembered that way, but you said he was just fucking unbelievable.
Unbelievable special teams.
Yeah.
And whenever you ask somebody to go sign up to do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Especially a 7th pick overall.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, Gage, but you think you can play gunner for me? Yeah. All right. My guy.
Awesome.
It is going to be terrible. It is not.
Made his career longer, though, right? Didn't he go to the Steelers?
Steelers signed him to be a special teams ace.
Much longer, because he could not catch the fucking ball. And DHB worked his ass off, too. He wasn't just like a guy. So if he's not catching the ball and he's lazy, it's like, all right. But he worked his ass off. But
Good
it just
guy.
wasn't a natural.
What's your problem, dude?
Pass catcher. What's that?
He's a good Steeler.
Well, he was awesome. He played
was
the league, what,
teammates with
10,
him. He was
11
teammates
years?
with him.
Yeah, I love DHB. You got the same
catch.
name.
When he had a quarterback who could throw him the ball, he could catch.
Come on. He had Andrew Luck throwing the ball. Come on.
Where's
what are
that
you
guy
talking about?
at now?
Boom.
Wow. That's a great question. I think he is in the area. I think he's potentially ready.
Is he?
We'll be back on the other side. There's 50,000 people watching.
Really?
What a joke.
Sweet.
Don't do that. You got 4 minutes to go watch something else. I think Jim Irsay will be joining us on the other side. MCDC still to come. Matt Ryan, Yannick Ngakoue, and the end of this Colts-Lions scrimmage that's happening right in front of us. It's a glorious Wednesday, August 17th. You are the best. Goodbye. Couple quick questions that we have to get cleared up.
Okay.
You walk into a store, okay, and it's like a farming store.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is new. This is new to me.
No, I think you'll get it right. I think you'll get it right.
Tractor supply.
Tractor supply. There's a John Deere tractor right here, and then there's a Bobcat tractor right here. Which one are you more likely to purchase, Matt?
John Deere.
Oh yeah!
My dad had one growing up.
Oh, all you need to know. That is all you need to know.
Oh yeah.
All right, that was the only question.
Holy shit.
All right, that was the most important part of this whole thing.
Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
Book it.
Super Bowl. Do you want to guarantee a Super Bowl or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
Come on.
You have done things right forever. So for what I'm about to say, I'm very honored to be a part of. Peyton Manning and I are getting into business together. We have officially agreed, alongside Omaha Productions, to simulcast 6 big-ass college football games this season. We will be on ESPN2. The main cast will be on ESPN. Omaha is obviously helping us along the way, and we will be running it. Peyton, you're the fucking man. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the business. And I think we have to celebrate we did it. All right. I mean, I almost had a heart attack there. I haven't done anything since SummerSlam. Should have done more there. Peyton, this is awesome. We appreciate the hell out of you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, can't thank you enough, man. Looking forward to it. You're the best. Honored to be your teammate again, if you will. And you will kill this. You know this. And everybody's fired up to watch. I can guarantee it.
Welcome back to the show. Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. In the middle of hour 2 here at training camp for the Indianapolis Colts alongside the Detroit Lions. There's an incredible crowd here watching the boys get after it. The Colts have had massive success today. Just got done with the punt period. Got to see Jack Fox do his thing. Talked to Rigoberto Sanchez.
Ooh.
Hot Rod. It was a nice little chat, but it's great to be back on the microphones because momentarily we will be joined by a billionaire man that owns the Indianapolis Colts. Will be sitting in that seat right there. Cannot wait for that. Joining us, Darius Butler alongside the Toxic Table at Ty Schmidt at Boston Connor. And Tone Diggs has a mic out on like 7 feet from here.
Yep.
Closer to the field. Tone, practice is getting back into it. Feels like we're in the final quarter here of practice. What are you expecting? What are you seeing? How you feeling?
I'm expecting more dominance from the Colts' first-team offense. After that, Foles has looked really, really, really bad.
What's this guy?
Tony.
Ellinger's a dog, though, ever since he's been at Hookham. Yeah, Colts are dominating. I wouldn't expect anything else.
What? Terrible.
Good get off there.
Yeah, like, what was that, corner?
Another completion, no big deal.
Bink, bink.
I wonder what this Hard Knocks episode is going to be like.
Well,
we'll talk to MCDC here in a little bit as well. Motor City Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. It's going to be a little faster out there today, right, man?
Big.
All right, we got time, man. That's at the joint practices. We had the Bears at one time.
We had the Bears. We actually had the Lions, too. So we had the Lions for a week in Indy.
Hate it, love it. It gives you a look.
I like it. It's a new look, new guys on the other side. You're seeing new plays, new formations. I enjoyed it.
Tone, what you say, pal?
Does it make sense now? So they went back to 7-on-7 and Ellinger started it. Is there a chance the starters are done for the day and they're giving the lower level guys a look? Or
what do you think there, D-Butt? I mean, it was full team right there, so threes might not have had any ops.
True.
So they might just have threes here for 7-on-7 and then 1s and 2s wrapping up the week. I'm not 100% sure.
And that would suck. So this is why condition is so important in training camp. We just saw some special teams periods.
Gassed.
Now we got 2s and 3s getting their team reps. So now you're gassed. So now, okay, can you mentally, are you remembering checks? Are you remembering adjustments on defense, offense, audibles, things like that? So this is when the strain of training camp kicks in.
We are bracing for the appearance and presence of an owner, number 7 for the Indianapolis Colts.
Beast.
That's Ethan Fernia.
Of course.
Dog. He's 5'11".
There it is. There's a slot guy.
And look how tiny he looks.
Hey, he's got an opportunity.
The big conversation is how big the Colts are.
Yeah.
Tone, you can tell him right now is probably a good time to do what he's doing. We're watching practice. This is the 4th stringer here. Number 3. They don't even have him on the thing.
What?
Number 3, Rodrigo Blake. Oh, this is Jack Cohn? Jack Cohn. Fresh out of Notre Dame, a local guy. Jack Cohn looks comfortable, looks confident. What a perfect guy to be behind Matt Ryan.
Good buddies with Jonathan Taylor.
17, Strahan getting reps with the 3s. I don't know what that's all about. What's that mean, D-Bud?
I mean, it's like he's got to earn his keep. You know, we talked about showing up in this training camp the last couple of years. Got to show up on Sundays. So, but you got to do it here first. So he's getting his opportunity with the young guys.
We are. It's not all good.
What we got?
Just gotta get this the hell out of the way.
Here we go.
All right. All good. Everybody's out here. It's like a reunion, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bill Polian just walked by a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Man who drafted me.
Yeah, crazy.
Man who also suspended me.
Bill.
So we've had a lot of different days together.
Ups and downs.
I had a lot of different days together, old Bill and I. Bill drafted me and said, think you're athletic enough to figure out how to punt. Changed my life completely. I owe that man a lot. He is still doing it, by the way. I asked him a couple football questions, and it was just like, boom, he was right back into
still sharp.
Training camp GM mode. I like this guy. I like this guy. He likes what's happening here. He's been with the team, I think, the last couple of days. Frank has had him around. I don't know if he's just been watching him.
A lot of wisdom. I saw Kevin Mawai, Jeff Saturday,
yes,
John Fox,
yes,
like a lot of guys with a lot of years under their belts, you know, helping this team out.
Well, Clontown happens last year. You see this gorilla-looking guy that just walked by right here?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. No, stay on me. Yep, that guy.
Yep.
No fucking games. Okay. I'm sure we're not even allowed to point this out. I'm sure we're not even supposed to do that. Just know that the security that hums around NFL teams,
yeah, he's looking over here, by the way.
Do not play any games.
They are ready.
A lot of first rounders.
Yep. A lot of first rounders.
Plucked from the top.
Absolutely. And arriving in beautiful fashion.
There he is.
On a golf cart. Driven by another massive human being.
Another first
wearing
rounder.
A suit that is only top of the line. A man who walks around and hands out hundreds to people. A man that gives away more money than any other human you've ever encountered. A man who has paid for everything I have ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Irsay.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you as well, man.
Now, Pat, you don't get 100 because you're already making,
hundreds of millions of dollars. So,
Make sure this gets on there.
in fact, I was going to see you about a loan, possibly.
No. I'm not. No loan for you. Obviously, you have had a hell of a run, hell of a life. We could dive into all of that, but since we're at training camp, we might as well talk about this particular team. Boston Connor over there, he's a Patriots fan scumbag.
Sorry, Jim.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
That's
too.
okay. That's okay. We love good rivals.
Yeah, absolutely. But whenever he moved here, I don't think he knew much about you. Then he's heard you speak and your expectations and learn more about you. You want this team to win multiple championships. Matt Ryan here, do you get a feeling you're closer? Do you get a feeling from being around the team? I know you're very invested.
No question. I think, the interesting thing is that Matt is kind of on the same mission that this franchise is, where, he was in that Super Bowl against the Patriots and what the greatest comeback ever and that difficult loss. And so we feel the same way as a franchise. You see Green Bay after Favre with Aaron Rodgers.
Hell yeah.
You see Denver win after John Elway. You see Pittsburgh win after Cowher and those things. And so generationally, to be a great organization, we have to go and create this new Lombardi era where that's what great organizations do. And it's really about the horseshoe and about continuing. Look at, we're the fourth most winningest team in the NFL since 2000.
Is that good? Is that good? I don't know.
I think it's really good. And obviously we won 115 games in the decade that Peyton was there, which hadn't been done, and at the same time, my expectations were, we wish we would have had more than one Super Bowl, a la the Patriots, with such great teams in our way and different things that happened that didn't get that done. But, we were great. We won a great Super Bowl, went to another and lost, won 2 home AFC championship games, and, had a chance to have 2 home AFC championship game wins and host a Super Bowl within a 5-year period, which has never been done. But as a franchise, it's about the Lombardis. You look at Pittsburgh, you look at Green Bay, you look at New England, and it's about over a long period of time.
Hell yeah, sustained success. I think you've always chit-chatted about, and being able to go from one era to the next, you're able to do in beautiful fashion with Andrew Luck. I was very fortunate to be in the building for both the Peyton era and the Andrew Luck area. Now we're getting into a new one here. Obviously Carson last year, Phillip Rivers 2 years ago. What do you think the team has done, and what have you done, you feel like, to take this team to the next step? Last year, Clowntown, we've talked about Clowntown was a heartbreaker. I mean, that was absolute heartbreaker.
Ever since we got back that night and midnight, Chris Ballard and Frank Reich and I, after Jacksonville, really thrown into this cauldron I've almost never witnessed of great, I won't say despair, but certainly tremendous self-evaluation of the whole how it's not that you got there, but now how did you get there and how do you fix it? Why did you end up having that sort of collapse? And I think, the great thing is when you look at this franchise, it's undeniable. You look at the special teams last year, 2 block punts, just overall coverage with Bubba as being one of the greatest special team coaches in the league. And you look at what we've done, you can say it was the best special team. You can look at Jonathan Taylor and say, hey, this is the best running back in football, along with Tennessee's great back. And you can obviously see that offensive line and have, a Hall of Fame player like Quentin Nelson and other guys, Pro Bowlers like Kelly and Braden Smith, who should be in the Pro Bowl. And then, of course, you can look at that defense, who had the most takeaways of anyone, which is so hard to create. You
gotta be so excited here.
No, but then you add, that's what I'm saying, then we add Matt Ryan, and we add some great veteran free agents, then we add the draft, and we have guys coming back healthy that we're hoping, can do great things, guys that were nicked up and couldn't quite play last year. And so we really feel good about it. I know all 32 teams right now feel good about
Not
it.
all of them. Do you see what your team did to the Lions today? Hey, your team looks very good. You're right, though. Everybody has hope at this point of the
Well,
season.
you know, the rose-colored glasses are on until the season starts, and as it should be, and because there's always surprises that come up and dark horses and things like that rise. But, you know, for us, you know, I really feel there's real reason why we ought to have a chance for greatness and something special. And again, Matt Ryan and this franchise, you know, kind of going after two things so much that you both want.
Almost.
Well, exactly. And I think, I mean, you know, Pat, that look, you have great players and every player counts to help you win. But that quarterback, you have to have that right. In this league, it's a quarterback-driven league. And if that position is off kilter, you're going to struggle. But let me say this: Peyton Manning was healthy, young in 2001, and was 6-10. Because you have to surround him, you have to do more than just have that great quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that gets lost is you've been around the game so long, and listening to you chit-chat, you invest and love the team. So whenever you say you went through championships, I strictly believe that's because you want to experience that again, what you guys had. Whenever the whole city showed up, it feels like Colts fans are ready for this team to explode. Matt Ryan's been beloved. Darius has a question for you.
Hey, you've been around the game for a long, long time, and obviously championship, this is where it starts, in training camp, right? You've seen great coaches, great players, great general managers. You saw Bill earlier. What's been your favorite moment from training camps over your years?
That's a great question. I have to admit that, you know, this is my 51st year, and
holy, hey,
Jesus.
You're an old man now.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, you're an old man.
And really, I can't duplicate what it was like being a ball boy and having the guys like you be my older brothers and mentor me. And being around, you know, having Johnny Unitas put my, you know, tray down at lunch and say, son, move your ass, and looking up and seeing Johnny Unitas, seeing Bubba Smith in training camp, and then, you know, starting to go down those tracks, and it was so special. You know, probably, you know, the time in training camp when, you know, Johnny came up to me as a 12-year-old kid. Like, that's a thing like that you remember the most, because I was so blessed. Like, you know, I was just back home because we had some shows in Chicago with the memorabilia and stuff.
Jim Irsay collection coming to town.
Went to the church I got married in 42 years ago. George Hallis was there.
Wow.
You know, George Hallis, and I was blessed enough to, you know, it's like saying Biden saying, "Well, George Washington was at my wedding." You know, I mean, we're talking about the founder, and so I'm so blessed. If I would have been born 4 or 5 years later, I would have missed out on not knowing Paul Brown, not knowing George Hallis, not knowing Art Rooney Sr. I mean, my first meeting ever, you know, Art Rooney Sr., and in fact, his son was so much older than me that Dan's, of course, passed away now, and Art II's right. But, you know, he gave me a cigar at my first meeting in 1981 in Palm Springs, California. And those things just stick with you, because these mentors, one thing they taught me is don't grab every dollar, protect the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's all about the game. And one thing you guys taught me when I was a kid, and believe me, Lydell Mitchell, Glenn Dowdy, Burt Jones, Ray Chester, you know, they instructed me very carefully about what it means to take care of the players and understand. And that's the reason I went to SMU and played, and my teammate Byron Hunt played with Lawrence Taylor and those sort of things, because I wanted to experience what that's like. And I think I exactly know everyone in the organization. When I see equipment struggling because something happened wrong before the game, a trunk didn't come in. You know, I worked equipment. I worked the ticket office. I started picking up jock straps. I scouted on the road. I scouted Jerry Rice when we went to the school, and you couldn't even see his number back then because you had to bring your projector in, and the film was so bad at a small school, and you'd have to have a bottle of whiskey to give to the coach for, and say, hey, could I get in that projector room before, the guy with the Packers, because it would be that way, So so blessed. I can go on about Dahn.
Hold on, so let's talk about this. You're an old school guy, right? You are an old school guy. You've been around. You've been at every single job in the NFL and in football. The game's changing, right? And even these Guardians caps. And listen, I know the talking points. Okay, I get it. All right, 10% less and everything like that. But as this game changes, is there a little bit of a fear, like because what Hallis said to you and what Rooney said, like protect the game? Every decision that's made, new ownership too, Jim. Like, what's the future of the NFL look like? You think?
Well, there's no question you nurture that and take care of it so carefully, because it's about the game and it's about the owners that come in that understand they're stewards of the game, and people like Lamar Hunt taught me, I'm not an owner, I'm a steward. I'm responsible. I teach my children, look, if you're going to do eventually what I do, if you're going to be a princess and become a queen, you behave a certain way. You have a responsibility to many. And it's not about you, and it's not about the money. It's about caring for the game, caring for the fans. Because without the fans, we have nothing. Caring for the players who put a huge risk. I know, because I talk to our guys, what I expect. Look at Ronnie Lott cut off part of his finger so he could play in a playoff game. That was old school, and I don't think it's going to happen in this era. But, you're right, Pat. The games, if you want to just see how it's changed, put on the 85 Green Bay Packer Bear game, force Greg Ditka. It's insane. Seriously, look at it, you go, this can't be possible. It looks like a World Wrestling Federation. Guys being thrown over the bench. Jim McMahon, without the ball, picked up, shaken, dumped on the ground head first, no flag. It's the most unbelievable thing you ever see in your life. When you look at that game, but I think the good news is, we're still playing a very physical game. We're still, we're trying to protect the edges. Like, debates come in is, do you take kickoffs out altogether? I'm not in favor of that.
Thank God. Thank you.
I don't like it not starting with the kickoff and starting with the ball on the 20, for instance. But we've limited injuries on kickoffs by changing certain rules. And
did you hate that when it changed, or no? You knew it was a
no,
necessity?
I'm okay with some changes that way. Look at, when I first started, the goalpost was in the end zone.
Front of the end zone.
2 yards deep, man. So it was, it was a different era. Look at those guys who helped build the game. I just had Jim Brown in Chicago because I had the Ali Foreman belt, and he was close with Ali and Foreman. Jim is about 86, and his wife was very kind to bring him out from Los Angeles, and he was able to talk to the Chicago press, talk about Ali Foreman, what he remembered. His mind is still strong. He has a little trouble projecting his voice and is seated all the time. But it was such an honor to have him talk about Walter
Can we
Payton.
talk about the collection a little bit?
Sure, I'd love to.
Hey, you're a museum. You are a museum right now. You said you're a steward of the game. Do you feel like you're a steward of the history of all the things you're interested in as well? That's why you're buying everything up?
No question, in the last 25 years, putting this together has been a very specific artistic pattern, if you will, led by, intuition and just knowing what works. And there's been so much, like, for instance, like, people don't know this famous museum in New York that had all the KGB spy equipment during the Cold War, bow ties that shoot, poison things. So it went out of business during COVID. So I bought the whole museum. Of course, the bow tie, we took the bullet out of it, and the poison's out of the pen. But that's like one of 500 things to go with this collection that has, Abraham Lincoln's pocket knife, and John Lennon's guitar, and Elton John's piano, and the list goes on. But we also, Jackie Robinson's bat from the World Series, Muhammad Ali's robe that when he changed from clay to Ali, his shoes against,
Jim, you're doing exactly what everybody who, ever says, if I get money, I'm going to help the things that I'm interested in.
Well,
and
that's
you've done that.
We sat around here and said, okay, we got a couple $100 million. Let's go buy some stuff. What do the people want to see? And we'd all say, no. If you go in someone's house, they go, well, I have these beautiful Monet paintings. but I have John Lennon's piano in the front room. What do you want to see? I want to see John Lennon's piano. I don't know anything about Monet's, but let me see James Brown's, red jacket that he wore when he played. That's what I want to see. Yeah. And I think that's the way I put together the collection is, what do you really want to see? What really moves you, and also things that can transcend generations, hopefully. And that's the reason Lincoln. Hell yeah. And anything involving certain people in history. It's hard to the Kerouac scroll on the road. It's known by a lot, particularly writers and artists, but it has transcended 2 generations. Being written in the 50s. So you try to get things that really have that, but also what people want to see. For instance. It's telling a story of America, particularly in the second half of the 20th century, which the whole century was so remarkable. It's more than that, but it's a big part of that. So there's letters from jail from Charlie Manson, and they're frightening.
You got Chuck Manson.
Yeah. And people might say to you, why are you buying Charlie Manson? That could maybe be looked at as untoward and unwise. It's like, look at it, it's part of history. I'm not,
it happened.
I'm not like, just like, excited about reading this psychobabble that's so insane. When you read it, it's scary. But that whole thing that happened, the world, the way it was in '69, and the way, look at part of the collection and part of the tour with the show and is definitely a feeling of, this is a great country. It's a toddler. We're making progress. It's not fast enough for anyone. We understand that. We understand the way, we're integrating as a country is unacceptable in some areas. But we have to take that spiritual realm and raise all boats in the harbor. I mean, look at Martin Luther King. Look what he did. When they raised his fist, they said, you don't raise your fist. Jesus wouldn't raise his fist. Gandhi wouldn't raise his fist. You have to go at it. The only thing that beats everything is love. Love every time beats hate, every time. If you come at hate with hate, it's not going to be good. You're going to get more hate. And so I think, the collection a lot too is talking about, these iconic artists that really, like John Lennon and others who really, sat there in a bag for peace, that said, wrote Imagine and talked about
You getting into politics? You going to get into politics someday? I saw that tweet where you said, what did you say? I
Save
could
the
get 10
government.
people,
Give me 10 guys.
trillions of dollars. You said, now you're talking about making our world a better place. It feels like you're really
I'm glad
active.
you mentioned that. First of all, let me be very clear. You will never see me in politics. That's number one. But number two is, I really think, I'm glad you brought that up, Pat, because my belief is at Stanford, at Harvard, at Yale, we should have a school that teaches presidents, senators, that are going to be leaders of this country, macroeconomics, foreign relations, just everything, speaking. I'm sorry, but just to see the choices in 2016 is unacceptable to me. This country has so much to offer.
Let's
and
go.
there's brilliance.
Let's go.
But we have to bring the right people up.
That's never going to happen, though, Jim. Did you hear you? You said, I ain't never fucking doing it. That's what everybody says. That's what everybody says who has a brain. It's like, I'll take a pay cut. Everybody will hate me. No decision's the right decision.
Well,
nobody's going to do it.
Probably 10 years younger than me. I know Biden's taking it on, but it's a younger man's job.
Hey, last question here. We can't thank you enough, by the way, Jim. You're such a cool dude, bro.
Well, can I mention one thing before we hit the last question? September 9th, it's going to be big at Lucas Oil Stadium with this free concert. It's going to be magical. We have a lot of film crews there. One's making a Hollywood movie. One's HBO. One is Peter Berg doing a documentary.
Okay.
Just the whole night. We're looking at maybe 60,000 people there.
Let's go.
Ann Wilson will be there. Buddy Guy. Derwin James will be there. Some present players will be there for this kickoff concert 2 days before we open in Houston. So we just want to get that out there because we want all fans to get there and celebrate as a community, because we know what that means when we have that community celebration. That's why everything changes. That's the reason the great game we have means so much to the community. We gather as a community together. So just wanted to put that a message out there to all our fans.
I want to let you
And
know.
it's free. It's free,
We
Pat.
love that. There you
Even
go.
for you.
Yeah,
well, you should pay something.
Well, I mean, you guys got something out of me this year. I can't wait to be a part of your sweet
we
holders.
would pay you to be there. We
No,
love you.
no.
We love to have you there.
I'm lucky to be a part of the Colts organization. Getting to know you has been a cool thing. I think through this show, a lot of people have potentially gotten to know you as well. Not that other places haven't, but just know that I think personally, as somebody who is a billionaire, you're doing good with your money. You're doing good with your
Well,
time.
could I say this? When you came to my office and told me your plan about retirement, I never thought we'd be sitting there and you'd be the megastar. Sorry for saying that, but it's true that you are, because your show and what you do and the entertainment you provide, is David Letterman type. It's at the very top, and I always knew you had that potential. I knew you were going to go and be a comic and those things, which was great. But man, what you've accomplished, we're so proud of you that you're a Colt alumni player. I mean, you represent.
I'm lucky. You helped me out a lot. by the way.
You represent so much about what we're about, and the fans just love you, Pat. So I'm always appreciative when you ask me on, that's for sure.
Well, we're lucky you stopped by. We won't get to you answer the last question. What's coming up next? The free concert, September 9th. Can't wait to see that, celebrate that. The NFL, not only are you a steward for the game, but I feel like the NFL is really the only sport in America where it's city versus city. It rallies everybody together. Doesn't matter your socioeconomic, doesn't matter your political affiliation, doesn't matter your religious affiliation. It brings everybody together. That's why the sport's so incredible. The fact you've been around it for so long, you should take a lot of pride in that, and I'm very lucky to be a Colt. I know Darius says the same thing.
Absolutely.
And once I become a billionaire, we'll have your ass back on, and you can buy me a Rolls Royce. Ladies and
You're
gentlemen,
moving there quickly.
hey, come on, new money, inflation. What's it mean? How about we're not gonna even get into it. Crypto.
Well, plus you always make me look cool coming on your show. You're younger, more hip. I'm kind of a throwback to the old rock and roll era. So you help my reputation. I mean, you make me look really cool, and all my groupies out there really dig that. Because I don't really have any, so with you, maybe I'll gather a few.
Hey, well, it's your talent, it's your mindset, it's your mentality,
buddy.
it's your resume. Ladies
Love
and
you
gentlemen,
guys.
hey, we love you too. We'll be back after this 5-minute break. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay. Thank you, buddy. Woo! Today's a massive day. We made a groundbreaking, trailblazing announcement with NFL Films in the NFL as a whole. We have officially partnered with the NFL and NFL Films for live rights and a weekly mic'd up feature that'll hopefully change the game a bit. It was announced today on the show as such. This upcoming season, with our partnership with the incredible folks at NFL Films, we will have NFL footage rights for the show every single day. I think this is one of the first times that something like what we run has teamed up with NFL Films in the NFL. I want to tell you, we can't thank you enough. I'm very appreciative. You're going to make our show better, and hopefully we make NFL Films a little bit better as well. We are very lucky and pumped to be a part of it, Keith.
Seeing you guys work, seeing how committed you are, it reminded me of the way we are back here. We are so excited about this, Pat.
There was a point a couple years ago when we were doing these shows where we didn't even know if we were going to be able to get by with using a Getty image.
And we're going to be able to literally pull clips for whatever. And we have a lot of minutes a week. We can pull back from back in the day. There's NFL clips that we're allowed to pull from. Some of these players have been around football for fucking 40 years. Let's assume their brain's also good and football knowledge also good. I would like to showcase that. Yeah, it's fucking sweet. We started in a basement, and now we got rights. This is big news. Yeah! Cheers and thank you. Today's
yo, it's that boy K Beats.
Hey, welcome back. Obviously, perfect timing on. Look how small you look.
Hello, world.
Hey, can we turn this one on here for? Look how small. You can't do that. We can't have you sitting in that chair. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You look terrible right now because Jim had his own chair. There we go. Oh, is that your ball?
Yeah, I took that ball.
Who's it? A lion ball.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, Pacman Jones here at practice.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's go.
1 second, man. I met my dog. I got to take a picture.
Fuck Naeem
Naeem.
Hines.
Hyping him up,
To hell with
gas,
Naeem.
man.
I forgot we was
Appreciate
live.
you.
My bad.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for messing up the show, y'all.
You made a great practice. You made the show better. You made the show better.
Yeah, better score 12 touchdowns this year.
Always gonna tell back. Left to you.
What are you doing? Talking about punch roll right there? Ladies and gentlemen, all pro, absolute stallion, Pacman Jones. What are you talking to? Are you talking about return game a little bit?
Yeah, you know, he was lining up. He was lining up head up when the guy's kicking the ball with. Well, shouldn't line up head up if you know you got a right-footed kicker.
Yeah, because
the
ball's
ball's
gonna move.
always going to go left. Like a left-footed kicker, the ball is going to go right. So I was just telling him, just be patient. The damn ball is going to come back.
It's coming to you.
Yeah.
Now, you were a great returner. Why is that, you think? Just because
Fearless.
you're so athletic?
Live life without a seatbelt, and I enjoyed it. You know, some
yeah.
people take the special team game as a
playoff.
Yeah, you know, I learned early in my career that if I really wanted to be the best, that I should take the punt return game strong from Coach Fisher. You know, I would stay my rookie year. I'll never forget this. My first game, fucking playing in San Francisco. The wind was swirling. Anybody that play in San Francisco knows that how
That
the
old
wind
place,
is.
yeah.
I dropped the ball, I think, my first 4 punts, and I got back to the stadium probably about 4:30 in the morning, went back and caught punts like literally for 2 hours. But Coach Fisher told me as a young age, he said, man, this can be your crutch down the line when your legs give out and you can't cover no more. You can go back and catch punts. So I've always taken it serious, you know.
Now, don't you think, Pac, and I've got a chance to punt to you, I have a tackle against you.
You always hang the ball.
Yeah, I have a tackle against you as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it was, good clear wrap. So I tried to punch that ball out. Could you imagine if I punched that ball out on you? Forever, dude.
It wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, my hand was.
I wouldn't have never been able to live that moment down.
Think about right now, at age of this All-Pro legend, Adam Pacman Jones. Now that play where I punched the ball out of your hand.
It would have just been personal between me and you. Really,
every day,
you know?
every day would have happened. But honestly, watching you play has always been fantastic. And I knew about you, obviously, because of the stories that were told about West Virginia. Even young in your career, whenever you weren't making, you're living life without a seatbelt in. I think a lot of that, obviously, I don't know if you didn't know any better or just kind of like taking your lumps as you go. You always worked your ass off in football.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's why you were able to play for so long? Was it the passion of the game that you always, because you're able to do all the stuff that everybody heard about, and then you'd show up offense, special teams, and defense every single week, lock people down. So why do you think it is? Why do you think you were able to do both?
To answer the two-part question, I had to learn it on my own, you know what I'm saying? And that's just my story. Everybody, some people have, you know, role models or people that teach them certain things. I was hot, you know, I had been basically raising myself since 12 years old. So those situations, you know, they come.
Really nice neighborhood, too.
Yeah, really nice neighborhood. Gorgeous. You know, on the golf course.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, so a lot of the things that I went through, I brought it on myself. But I had to learn, you know, like the NFL is a business. There wasn't nobody that could tell me nothing at that time. But I will say this: I've always been the first person at the stadium. And depending on what day it is, the last one to leave. I've been in 4 organizations. No one never complained about my work ethic, the way I was a teammate, how I treat people inside of the stadium.
That means so much more than everything else.
Yeah, that's why
Especially
I got
when you go
chance
top
after
10.
chance.
Exactly.
You get
Top
what I'm
10
saying?
pick could have been a fucking asshole to everybody.
OCBA.
Yeah. Rich.
OCBA.
I made good money. I ain't gonna lie. I had a good little run.
But that type of stuff being said about you by your teammates and your peers is really all that matters at the end of the day. And I think that's why you're having so much success with I Am Athlete. Because everybody that's been a fan of yours or played with you is like, yes, finally the world is going to see more of Pacman. Have you been enjoying that? You've been crushing it. You guys have been killing it.
You know, we always talk about the new media space. No one really never had a chance to really dial into the dialect of me because
No executive is picking Pacman Jones to sit on their shit.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, ESPN and all of these guys, they paint a picture, and I never once had a chance to respond or say anything on my behalf because when you're playing, you're told, hey, don't say nothing. Let this play out. For instance, I'll use this for instance. When I went to see the commissioner, I told you this story. I'm in the room, bored as hell. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. I Google who got the best wings. So having to be a strip club right there.
Always.
You know what I mean? I'm from it.
Great wings, by the way.
But I'm just trying to bring people into my side of how I was thinking at the time. I'm from Atlanta. We eat at the strip club.
Yeah.
Like some of the best food is at Magic City and Cheetah's.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a known fact.
Yeah.
So I Google it, boom, I find the wings, I go over it, eat the wings, stay there for about 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Because I know I had the meeting in the morning, nothing, no drinks, no nothing, get the wings, boom, get back, meet the commissioner the next morning, it was like, hey, so where did you go last night? I looked around, and I'm thinking to myself, like, if I have somebody following me, should I tell them the truth, or should I lie?
Told the truth.
I was like, shit, I went to the strip club last night. Got me some wings. He was like, you were here for the strip club. Adam, what are you thinking about? But, you know, at that time, I wasn't being rebellious. I didn't think about it the way I think about life now. You know, you live and you go through things, but now that I think about it, it's probably the dumbest shit that I
mean, there's so many lyrics to so many songs that say, like, you can't think like me because your life isn't like mine, basically. And I think that is what I've learned through my experience with the NFL. Even at West Virginia, I mean, there's a lot of dogs in West Virginia. I mean, that is just, we had a good time. Learning people's backgrounds, I think, is such a beautiful thing. The NFL and the football locker room, and I know the boys have questions for you too. Do you not think that it's like the greatest place on earth? And if more places were like an NFL locker room, honestly, the world would be such a better place, Pac?
I really think that's the biggest problem now. You know, you got guys that's going through a lot of different things. I'm talking about, you know, CTE, you know, mental health. When we're in that locker room, you got outlets. You got guys like me that's gonna talk shit, but I'm gonna help you. We might be joking around. Then you got a guy like you. I might be down as hell and see you and be like,
here we go.
Pat just made me start laughing. I'm
Here
back.
we go. You got some
know what I'm
energy
saying?
coming,
So it's different when you have those outlets, and I think the biggest problem for athletes, we don't have those resources as far as the locker room feel to tell the boys, hey, look, man, yeah, my wife fucked the trip last night, but it's gonna be okay. You know, but we talk about those type of things in the locker room.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. It better be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
Do you
mean?
think that's why the training camp trip here has been nice for you, getting back into the game, covering the game a little bit? Do you think that has been anything for you or no?
I like it. I like talking sports. I like being real. You know, I'm not one of those cookie cut guys. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. If I'm wrong or right, I apologize if I'm wrong. But I enjoy getting back and watching the guys and being around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And seeing the little dumb things when certain guys do stuff. Like we in goal line, you know that the tight end is telling you everything. Watch the fucking tight end, you know. Don't look in the back.
I mean, literally, as you showed up here, you were talking to Naeem Hines, like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, because I'm into that. I didn't play 14 years because I was a dummy. You know what I mean? I played 14 years because I was pretty smart at what I was doing. Made Pro Bowl and All Pro at 35. So obviously I got some kind of.
I'm 35 right now. I'm 35 right now.
Sense as far as how this game is supposed to be played.
I'm assuming every single training camp that you come to, they're very pumped that you're here. We're talking to Pacman Jones, D-Buck. Go ahead, pal.
Hey, I know you're talking about you smart, obviously, but you need people to help you along the way and kind of show you how to play the game, how to learn the game. Who are those guys for you along your, in your career early on or maybe later on?
I wouldn't say early on. Early on, I would just use my athletic ability, but I would still stay at the stadium. You know what I mean? Watch film, but I really didn't know how to watch film. I would say T. New and Leon Hall is probably the one that changed my game totally fluent. But I give T. New a lot of credit because he really taught me how to break down little things as far as final formation. Stop studying the quarterback, study the offensive coordinator. So things like that, it goes a long way when you playing the same offensive coordinator.
Yeah. And they move around just like us.
Yeah, 2 weeks out of the, 2 weeks out of the season.
Yep.
So you kind of get a feel for how he calls the game instead of, hey, look, what is this guy? What's the receiver over here doing? You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, the coordinators have they plays that they go back to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and their assholes get tight too in big moments. Pac, I can't thank you enough. Great to see you. Can't wait to see what you come up with I Am Athlete next. You still iced out though, huh? Little country boy still swagged out a little bit.
A little swag. You smell me?
Hey, I appreciate you so much.
For having me.
You're the best, dude.
Hey,
I hope you
love you, man.
everything. You too. All right. Hey, your glasses, Pac. Your glasses, Pac. Still got those hands.
Yeah.
And the ball, Pac. The skull.
Great shades too.
Count it. Joining us now, newest member of the Colts.
Yes, sir.
Absolute stud. Yannick Ngakoue, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. God is good.
Hey, I am so thankful you are here. There's been a lot of activity around you on the internet, getting kind of, baptized by the Colts community.
Absolutely.
This city loves you, dude. This place loves you. Now, obviously, you played for the Jags and you played other places, and Clontown did knock the Colts out of the playoffs last year, so people could hold that against you. But you are beloved here. How has it been coming to the Colts and this far into your career? What's the mindset right now?
I feel like it's home for me. Just like getting myself into the community, giving back to kids that come from similar backgrounds as myself. Helping out teachers. That was the biggest part.
That
of me.
was awesome, by the way.
I appreciate that. That's the biggest
I
part of
retweeted
me.
that. I was hoping that you were going to have to spend like millions and millions of dollars. It was a lot of money, though. You spent like so much. The checklist, the teacher's checklist.
Yeah, yep.
He put out a tweet. He was like, hey, just looking to help some teachers here before the school year starts. Can anybody send their Amazon wish list?
Yeah.
And I retweeted it, and it did go.
Well,
I
appreciate that.
I just happened to be a part of
love.
it. Not that I helped you. I'm just saying I watched the response, and I think you did it for everybody. I mean, we're lucky to have you, dude.
And I appreciate that so much.
How do you like the team?
And I love the team. Being back with my former defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley, feels super familiar being in the scheme. And, also just the guys around me, DeForest, all the way to the offensive side of the ball, Jonathan Taylor, Matt Ryan. These guys are people that, are effective in games. And if we can bring everything together, we should definitely get back to the playoffs.
D-Butt.
What is it about Gus, man? Because I just walked around the building. I know former players that have played for Gus, and everybody literally says the
defense
same
coordinator
thing.
Gus Bradley, former head coach at the Jags.
Yep. What is it about Gus, man?
What I've seen with Gus is I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly as far as a team. So I've seen how his character is when we lose, and he doesn't blame any player, he blames himself. And I've seen his character when we're on a winning streak, and he doesn't take the credit, he gives it to the player. So to find somebody that has an equal balance like that is hard to find in this league, and he never points the finger, and that's the person you want to run through a brick wall for.
Yeah. Ty.
Yannick, obviously,
Are we saying your name right?
Oh, yeah, Unique.
Yannick Ngakoue.
Yep, Unique.
We didn't want to be the whites.
No, right,
you good.
Make sure we're not fucking up with.
Yeah, we said it 5 different ways as the show was starting, and I didn't know. Yannick Ngakoue.
Yes, Unique.
It's a fucking great name.
Appreciate that.
It's a unique.
Thank you so much.
It is.
Unique. It's a great name.
It's Hebrew. It's Hebrew.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, it means God is gracious.
So are you, dude, for telling us that.
Appreciate
Go ahead, Ty.
Coming from the Raiders, and obviously it's a little bit easier when, the Colts, they're kind of built to win right now, but how much of a culture shock is that going from Vegas to the middle of, not middle of nowhere, because Indianapolis isn't a small city, but smack dab in the Midwest. Yeah, like how is there much of a culture shock there or not really?
I wouldn't say not really. At the end of the day, we're here to do a job, but one thing, like I told Pat, like I love this city, everything about it, and in particular in this organization, there's no egos. Everybody has a family feel, a family vibe, and that's what I love about it. We're brothers. We treat everybody with respect here, with love, and that's why I love being in blue and white.
What do you think about David Thornton? Okay, guy?
DT? I love DT.
Okay, all right. Listen, you're talking about him earlier. I was hoping, everybody has said something positive about him.
Absolutely.
I think he has that type of rapport with everybody. Didn't know if maybe he pissed you off early. That would have been
Never
a great story.
did. Never did. He reminds me a lot of Marcus Parlow. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that name.
Yes.
Played
31.
Here. Yeah.
Is that number he wore, I think?
No, he was a tight end.
Bernard.
You think about Bernard.
Yeah,
probably.
Marcus Pollard. He played here, I think back somewhere in the 90s or 2000s, early 2000s, and he kind of groomed up DT to be who he is today, and those two guys are great people.
Massive. When you talk about the organization, we just had Jim Irsay on here.
Okay.
He's talking about, the expectations and why and everything. You feel that whenever you walk in the building, obviously? I mean, Ty just kind of has it built to win right now, but honestly, like, last year was devastating to this program, this franchise. Now, new quarterback, new energy, kind of a new era, new chapter vibe, but that lingering of like, hey, are we, because the AFC is fucking stacked right now. That lingering, are we going to go, is around everywhere. And Jim Irsay's like, yeah, we are going to go. It feels like everybody knows this is a year we got to go. Is that kind of in the building, or is it just like expected?
No, absolutely. That's the standard. That's what we preach every day in unit meetings, special teams, and team meetings. We preach about the standard, about finishing games and finishing to try to get wins. You know what I mean? And last year, I wasn't here, but a few more plays, we're in the playoffs. So we have to execute. We have to make sure that we do the little things better than the other team.
Connor, your question?
Yannick, you just kind of mentioned respect in an organization, but you were in Jacksonville when 25.
What's up with the hat, though, bro?
Oh, go Patriots! What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Go Pats!
This guy
I was going to
sucks.
wear a Mac Jones jersey, but I decided not to. I was this close.
Listen, this guy.
Yeah, exactly. I understand good football. Thank you for saying that, Pat. But when you were in Jacksonville, 25% of the complaints were coming from that organization till the NFLPA. Was that as much as a firestorm as it kind of sounded like? And how much better is it being in a place here where everybody seems to be on the same page?
I'm just super thankful for Jacksonville for giving me an opportunity, drafting me. That's where I started off my career and was able to get a name. And things happen. Not everything lasts forever. Like I said, I'm super appreciative of everything that happened. But I'm a Colt now. Best of luck to those guys. The people that are still over there that I know. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, nothing but love this way.
Hey, why'd that guy just try to put you? He tried to put you in a spot.
No,
right there.
no way.
What are you That's not what this show is about. By the way. It's your first time. That's not what this show is about. He was trying to.
It's all right.
You were trying to
I'll
get
give him a pass. I'll give him a pass.
Yeah, well.
Sweet.
What do you think this team? No, you can slap him in the mouth. What do you think this defense? What do you think you add to this defense? Because I think getting to the quarterback is a big deal. Like, I think a couple more plays being made is a big deal. DeForest Buckner is. Grove is.
Big
Shaq is. Kenny Moore is. Stephon Gilmore. It feels like that defense is just absolutely loaded.
Absolutely.
What has everybody been saying, like, why they're excited you're here? I know Quiddy's young guy. Obviously, he's going to continue to grow. But whenever you got here, what was the conversation? What, like, your teammates were looking for?
I'm here to be a servant leader. Serve the young guys, serve the older guys. And also to get to the quarterback, we haven't had a guy, dominant, and no disrespect of anybody that's came before me. We haven't have two guys dominant since Mathis and Freeney. And I'm still young. I'm 27 years old. Just turned 27 in March.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
We missed a lot of your birthdays.
It's all good. So I feel like I got a lot of football left in me, and I would just want to, make my energy contagious around the whole building.
You talked to Mathis at all?
Oh, yeah. We definitely been texting. And before week one, we'll get together and break down some tackles.
Yeah.
There we go.
Who's, you don't give that away. What do you feel good about? You still working at things at 27? You still working on building more rushes, more game plan, more chess game maybe? What do you think you continue to evolve at this stage?
One thing that Gus always talks about is you never got it. When you say you got it, it's never true. So I always try to work on the little things, even the things that I'm still good at, the chop, the get off, things of that nature. I try to work on every little thing. And when I'm done with this game, that's when I'll have it. But right now, I'm still trying to be a student of the game, still trying to learn and absorb things from all of my coaches.
Go ahead, Darius.
Beginner's mentality. I like it. But obviously, the Lions, one of their strengths is the offensive lines. Like, what's your thing when you go into a game, like, even the joint practices, like, what do you get out of preseason? A lot of people in the media talk about how we don't need it. We had the COVID year. We didn't really have it. What does a vet like you get out of preseason joint practices and maybe even the preseason games?
Absolutely, Darius. You just treat it like a game week. You know what I mean? This is a perfect week to just prepare like it's week one, like it's a real game. I'm going against Taylor Decker. We've been battling since I was at the University of Maryland. He was at Ohio State. So just, going back to, even old tape back at Maryland to see what kind of things I did to defeat his set, his hands. He's a low hand setter, angle setter.
You're treating practice like that right now?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. This is preparation for week one.
Man, I'm happy you're on our team. I am happy. Now, we didn't get to see your side. You guys are down there, I think, with the Lions offense. You guys are down there.
Okay.
And this is not your team saying this. This is us saying it merely as spectators.
Right.
The Colts beat the fuck out of the Lions on this side. How'd you guys do down there? You did pretty good?
I think we did really well, especially that competition drill one-on-one period. Like we showed up today as a defensive line.
So did you guys get gassed up for today? It felt like Matt Ryan, I think he only had 2 incompletions the entire day. It felt
Okay.
like everybody was going to get it. It felt like, was today being chatted about like, hey, let's go? Because Buffalo, the game, I mean, it wasn't fun, obviously, for anybody to watch, but you can't really get much out of it. It felt like not a lot of starters played. So what will the game be like differently? Today, though, it felt like there was a little bit of more of an energy. You guys treated as such?
Oh yeah, man. We've been battling each other as a team for like 2.5 weeks now, so we're ready to just face another color jersey and be able to just
Well, similar.
Technically.
Yeah, kind of same scheme.
it's a different blue.
And gray,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Well, I can't wait to watch you this season.
Appreciate you.
We got a suite for the games.
Okay.
Not for free, had to pay for it.
All right.
A lot of money.
A lot of
money. It's right down next to an end zone, though.
Okay.
Can't wait to see some sort of strip sack touchdown thing right in front of us. Can't wait to watch you
Appreciate
work,
that.
pal. Honestly, we are very lucky you're on the team.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Yannick Ngakoue. All right, as we kind of pivot forward here, Yannick, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. What a badass, dude. He's watching film for fucking joint practice.
Right.
Darius, you ain't never did that. Lazy ass.
Yeah, Debo, you never did that.
Yeah, what's Debo? So,
Well, hey,
have a
Debo,
good one, man. Thank you.
didn't care
Thank you
about
so
the
much. Hey, how come you're not watching film for joint practices on
Yeah, what
guys
the
from
hell,
college?
D-Bud?
What's
I
that?
watch film. I'm not going back to college, but I watch
lazy.
film.
Lazy.
So you don't care.
It's a young man's game now. That's what they're doing nowadays,
game.
Debo. You would never been able to make it.
Don't like to
I
win.
can't believe he's only 27. It seems like he's been in the NFL for 15
So what
years.
happened? Jacksonville to Minnesota, Minnesota to Baltimore, Baltimore to the Raiders, Raiders to the Colts.
Yes.
Pro Bowl.
But none of them has, like, it's always been like, no, he's good. It's just kind of
And
always.
he's been productive literally everywhere. I think he's on a short list, like 5 or 6 guys, and other guys like Hall of Famers to have at least 8 sacks in their first like 6 seasons, I believe. So it's productive.
And I don't think it's beef with teammates either.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's just
yeah.
like always a contract situation, number situation for whatever reason.
Understood almost. And like when he was in Jacksonville, he was on the team that went to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Like they were unbelievable when he was there too. It was their best years.
How about them? Just
Firestorm? Yeah, well, I mean, the Patriots have killed a lot of franchises. Just add them to the list. Just throw them right back down on the
Of
bottom.
course, you're gonna make this about you.
No, I wouldn't. See, if I were going to make it about me, I'd say, and also Falcons when Matt Ryan was there. Throw him on the list too. But I wouldn't do that because I don't want to make it about the Patriots.
And then
I'm
the
pumped for the
Seahawks
Colts.
as well, huh? You're gonna say
You throw the Seahawks in there, boom. They have stunk too ever since that Super Bowl has happened. So there are plenty of teams. Ravens maybe
after the field goal miss.
after the field goal miss next
Lee
year
Evans dropping
they
that
win.
touchdown.
Yeah,
Well, that was
Edelman
before the
touchdown.
field goal miss.
Yeah.
Yes, then Edelman touchdown to Amendola double pass.
Ooh, big
that really put the dagger in the coffin.
We are live at training camp. The practice has ended. Joint practice 15 minutes early. It's normally good news.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's moving fast.
Well, Matt Ryan's not the only one in charge of that. I saw Goff over here. Goff, now I don't know if Goff has any other expression than the one that I saw here.
Sure.
He looks pretty content with how the practice went as well. Everybody knows there's a long way to go. You can still get a lot better, but the Colts have to be pumped with how today ended up.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly.
they won, 150-0 on the offensive side of the ball, so
least.
that's got to feel pretty good.
And he said the same thing was going on the other field.
Yeah,
so.
we felt pretty good today. They're not saying that unless, because if it was kind of 50-50, Yannick's not saying, yeah, we felt pretty good today.
Yeah.
That's
True.
at least 75-25, 70-30, I think, right? Don't you think?
I'm interested to see how the NFL films chop this up
Oh,
for Hard Knocks.
Well, you know, MCDC was sitting right fucking here while we were talking to Jim Irsay.
In the shot right between you.
Yeah, and I didn't know, like, I
Who
think he
lets
was supposed to come
practice
on.
early?
I think he was supposed to come on a show.
Who controls that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That means the
fuck us.
Lions had to be okay with it as well.
Well, I mean, the Lions have been tackling people to the ground every day for the past 3 weeks. So I assume they weren't as excited to do it today as the Colts
Well,
were.
I thought I heard MCDC say, too, like, hey, yeah, we're getting beat 200-0. Fucking call it, man. I'm done.
Hey, do you have a scoreboard out here? Seems like you're. Bro, it was cold highlight after highlight after
was.
highlight.
7-on-7 was a shit show.
What a perfect day for us to come out to this show. Jim Irsay here, Pacman Jones, Yannick Ngakoue.
Pittman Jr. stopped by.
Yeah.
Pittman Jr. got on the mic. I'm not sure. I am not sure if we're going to get MCDC, though, after that whole situation. We're not.
No, I think they went back to the hotel because he was last on the bus.
Yeah. They said that he has to do a speech right now, and they're going to watch some like a funny movie.
Yeah. Iron Giant.
Oh, man. I put on my sunglasses because Irsay had his on. Didn't want him to feel weird.
Yeah.
Always feel weird with the sunglasses on while on camera.
Well, the light, I mean, these lights have the power of the sun. I don't know
You should
how.
see what you look like silly on right
Oh, no, actually, when Ty and Darius were asking questions, I tried to sink down and look straight up, so it was kind of a similarity, but we'll see how it comes out at the end.
And we took a break on Sirius 2 minutes into the hour.
Had to.
Jim Irsay got up.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
He had his whole crew with him, by the way. His dog was here.
Yeah, Drake was sniffing around over here.
Rolling around.
Hanging out with Tex, JG.
Just chilling. Can always run a commercial for the serious listeners if you need to take a piss.
I don't think we can. What I'm saying, I think we're stuck on the air for at least the next 26 minutes.
If you want, we could just play like an old clip, and they're going to hear an old clip. And
We're off serious soon, anyways. Hey, listen, serious people.
We love you.
We love you guys.
We love you. Love you. Know nothing about you. Know nothing about you.
No.
I have no idea how many people listen.
What?
Found out at American Century Championship, there are some people who listen.
Yeah.
There's some people that came up and said, Pat, listen to you on Sirius. I'm like, okay,
Oh, so
literally,
you're
the
literally
one.
first person I've ever heard that. Pretty excited about it. You know, I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you so much for
I
listening.
listen to you guys on Sirius.
Really?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
In the car line, picking the kids up. Right at 82. Oh, yeah.
Really?
My kids tell me to turn it off a lot.
Fuck your kids. Fuck your
They
kids.
curse too much. It's kids in the car. Can we go to Kids Bop?
Your kids are saying that?
Yeah. You guys,
Why are your kids so much
You're gonna
more?
learn today, kids.
Yeah, grow up.
Those kids are more adult than us.
79 Kids Bop. So we kind of go back and forth.
You didn't ask for this conversation, but I'll say it. You're an incredible dad. You
Great
should
dad.
feel good about that.
Fantastic, Dad.
You should feel good. In off seasons back in the day, I'd keep up with Darius via social media.
Mm-hmm.
Always something. Always at some parenting. Like, you're an incredible dad. You should take a lot of pride in that, I think.
Appreciate that, man.
Now, listen, those kids need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't deserve
They're
that.
just words,
They don't
children.
deserve it. I'm gonna hey, if y'all are listening, what time is it? Oh no, they're not picked up yet. I was about to tell them I was gonna whoop your ass. Don't talk to my kids like that.
Who, me?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, the kids talking shit about us.
Yeah.
What do you want?
These guys suck. It's a rebuttal.
Trying to take down our business. This is just a response. You treat them like adults, I'm going to do the same.
Have to.
Okay? This is old Uncle Pat letting them know when you get older and you understand what's going on, you'll be appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You are a great dad with great kids. I can't wait to see what they all become. And if they don't want to listen to the show, fuck them. Not in a personal sense, just in an actual sense.
Yes.
Right. You know what I mean?
They get it. I'm sure they get
In a
it.
general
sense.
Yeah, for the people who don't.
I mean, is there any balls left on this field?
Yeah, should we start running 40s?
I don't know what the hell we're going to do. Matt Ryan's
Matty
joining us.
Ice?
Here we go.
All right, we're
Is that Ice?
Bland white.
With a hat? Yeah.
It might be. Oh,
You got golf clubs in the back?
I think that's his hat. Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a 2-minute break. Run a video. We'll be back in like 2 minutes with Matt Ryan. This should be good. I'm telling you, this should be good. We know him a
Yeah.
lot better now
Yep.
than we did the first time.
I wonder if
Steve
he has
Weiser's-
ice cold beers with him.
All right. All right. 2 minutes. We'll be back with Matt Ryan. All right, so we're going to top chat on the hockey net, okay? Upper 90 in soccer, top chat in hockey. That seat is in the way, so if I get it past it should be pretty good. This is a great way to kick off a weekend, huh? This is for the soccer, all right? Because we're winning the soccer Lombardi and get through. That's exactly what What, dude? What? Have a great weekend. And welcome back to the show here. Obviously went to a 35-second commercial break because a man was arriving who just got done putting on a clinic here in Indiana at Indianapolis Colts training camp. Joint practice with the Detroit Lions. Hard Knocks here as well. Got a chance to see the NFL Films crew. We talked to Jim Irsay. We talked to Pacman Jones. Pittman Jr. got on the mic.
That's right.
Hines.
stopped
Yannick
by.
Ngakoue, Naeem Hines. And now joining us, the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. A man who I think had one incompletion today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ryan.
How we doing?
Hey, as you were coming over here, I said, I don't want to talk to you. Don't say anything. I'd like our natural first conversation to happen live on air. You were trying your best. You were saying a lot of things. You just fucking cooked that team.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank
listen,
you.
I don't know what Hard Knocks is going to look like this week. That was awesome to watch, especially as a Colts fan, not knowing what to expect with this team. Watching a Buffalo game, it's hard to judge like who's playing, who's not playing. I don't think Jonathan Taylor was getting a lot of rub, so that changes the team completely. You guys looked unbelievable out there. Now it's just practice, all the bullshit you're going to say. Of
course.
But that had to feel really, really good, Matt. Honestly, that was awesome to watch.
Yeah, no, it was a good day. Good day. Obviously, I got enough space here. Am I good?
Well, the table. I mean,
table's
it's a
a
whole
little
thing.
off. Let me
Matt,
get a
this a
little
whole
close.
thing. Yeah, this a whole thing. Yeah.
No, I thought it was good. And obviously, we'll watch the film and I'll say all the stuff we're supposed to say. But it felt like us. It felt like what it should be. And we got a long way to go for sure. But stuff like today is encouraging, and where you see guys making plays. We saw a lot of press man coverage, which is good, really good work for us, and seeing different looks in the back end and making the adjustments we need to make in the pass game. I thought it was, pretty sharp, and hopefully we can build on it and be better tomorrow.
You're not going to be better tomorrow.
It's hard to.
I honestly, I'm not 100% sure. And we just talked to Yannick, and he was talking about, because we said all we saw was down here. We didn't get to see the defense. We said, how'd it go down there? And he was like, yeah, it felt pretty good today. Our defense felt good. So you guys had this, and he said we've been hitting the same people for 2.5 weeks. The energy felt very real out there for you guys. Now, I don't know who's setting the tone, who's setting the standard, but was this treated differently, obviously, than most practices? And did you guys know, like, hey, we can get a chance to get a look at what we might look like this season right now today?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, having been through it, like, it gets, I don't want to say it gets old going against the same guys every day, but like they know your stuff, you know them. They're looking at the same route combinations every day. You're looking at the same coverages every day. And so when you go in, you start to see some different things and see some different coverages, work some of the concepts we're trying to work, maybe not against the coverages we're, trying to work them again. They look better, and they actually work.
When the defense doesn't know.
They actually work, right? And so it makes a big difference. So for I always like this kind of stuff, to be honest with you, because I do think, you mentioned, I think there's a different energy, level to it. Guys can say whatever they want, but, you can feel it. You can feel it out there. There's a level of intensity that ratchets up. And I thought we did a nice job of it, and we got to do it again tomorrow.
It was awesome.
Dominant day. But I'm not even going to talk about today or even the Colts. I'm going to talk about kind of young quarterbacks and kind of how they're thrust and a lot is put on their plate, and they're judged so early. I feel like when you came to the league, you guys were given a little more time to develop before you became those guys. What is it like? What's the toughest thing for a young quarterback that's so much put on their plate coming into the league? What's the toughest adjustment?
Yeah, it is. You're right. I think it is different now. I think the level of expectation for guys coming in is
social media.
Yeah, 100%. I had a flip phone. I had a flip phone my first year, and so you didn't have to open up. After practice,
see every
and hear how bad, how
yeah.
shitty you practiced that day. So there was more of a grace period. I think I was like AP Rookie of the Year, and I had like 16 touchdowns and 11 picks.
Yeah,
so it's like it's just the expectation for guys coming in is different. And at that time, I remember being a rookie. It was a lot about, should we even play this guy? Should we just sit him? Should we let him gain experience? Learn, how to be a pro, and really now it's just not that way. You get drafted, you're going, man. You're going in, and I think it's tough on these young guys. I think the hardest part, I think you catch up to the pass game pretty quickly. Like you get adjusted to how fast wide receivers are and how fast DBs are. What's different is pass rush. It's just, I mean, I don't even know how to explain. Like
Wait, you get scared, a little antsy, a little dancy?
It's just so much faster than college, the clock, the timing of how you get it out.
Oh, you at BC, so you just take your time and throw
no doubt, man. I had good offensive lines at BC, so it was different, and you get to the league and it's just pass rush games, the amount of blitzes that you're having to pick up, what they're asking you to do in pass protection. That part is just, it's so different, and it takes time, recognizing where blitzes are coming from, understanding. Like, I was always shocked. They kept talking about the fronts we were getting and how it tied into the back end. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I can't process all this information, as a young player. And the longer you play, the more you start to tie all those things together, and it helps out.
At what point was it for you? Was it like third season, fourth? Because now now at that point, it's kind of everybody's kind of doing the same thing, just in different ways.
For sure. I think it was a third season. I felt like that second season for me, I was probably a little cocky, like, oh, yeah, I got it now. I know what I'm looking at. And then, boom, you start getting hit with different stuff. So you go through that period of like, you're learning, then you think then you realize you actually don't know, and you kind of grind through that part. And then you get to a place where, all right, I've got, a pretty good feel for how it's shaking out. But defenses, I got to be honest with you, defenses have evolved, a lot from when I first got into the league to now.
Yeah,
and
that's because the rules are so soft now.
Yeah, you would see a lot more of that when you wouldn't get as much exotic stuff in the fronts, and you would just get these guys just getting collisioned on the outside and reroute it, and you'd be like, it's got to be a penalty. Like that can't be legal. But that has changed now, which is good. And now I think you see more stuff up front that you have to adjust for.
What year is this for you?
15.
Okay.
God damn.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Not easy. Not easy at all. Doesn't matter how much time you had at Boston College. I mean, 15 years is tough. But you get like another chance to prove yourself, it feels like, right? And we talked about this whenever you came into our office and brought us beer.
What?
Which was awesome.
No beer today. Sorry, boys.
Well, yeah, what the
camp? Yeah,
It is
keeping
camp.
it dry.
We're
Camp
camp
dry right now, right?
Going after Super Bowl.
Look, water,
There you go.
coffee,
What?
Gatorade. I'm trying to stay hydrated as well. I'm happy to bring you Brewhas, but this is a new challenge. Like a day like today or any success that you have is a new success with a new team. Has there been any difficulties picking up a new offense? Because I know we chatted about it and terminology was going to be the thing, but you're old now. You're with one particular place for so long. New place. Any kind of hurdles of getting adjusted and kind of acclimated to the Indianapolis Colts, or has it been kind of a smooth transition?
No, there's different things. There's different hurdles that you have to go through. For me, to be honest with you, one of the biggest things is we have like different terminology in our pass protection, and so it's funny how your brain works, right? Like
Buffalo,
you get
were
out
you
there,
fucking anyone up?
No, I didn't screw anybody up in Buffalo.
Whoa.
Well, I had like 15 plays, so small sample size.
I watched them.
But yeah. But one of the things that's hard is you start getting these overload pressures, and you want to get like 4 guys going one way or something. And you might have called it one thing for like 14 years, and there's like that click where it's like, what do we call that? Like, is it a Ram? Is it a Ron? Is it Ringo? Is it Ralph? It's one of them. And so if I call the R word, just go to the right. It's like one of those things. That's probably been the thing where the last couple of weeks it started to seep in, where you're just, and you can study it all you want until you're out there doing it, where it's like, it's got to be now. Yeah. You don't have time. It just that's why you need this time. That's why this time is so invaluable, that it becomes automatic in like 1 second. You just know, you don't know how you know it, but you just made the call and it's out and you're playing ball.
Yeah, and not thinking, right? That's when you think you die. Rooster said that. No,
that's right.
No, Maverick said that to Rooster.
To Rooster.
And then Rooster stopped thinking at the end.
Yeah.
And guess what? Didn't die.
I haven't seen the new one.
Oh, you have to.
Matt, what are you doing?
Bobby Carpenter would be disgusted.
Stop golfing.
I've been grinding. I've been watching film.
Yeah, of course.
2 days, eating proper. This camp compared to any other camps, different, same, similar?
I feel like, so I came in 2008. So 2008, 2009, 2010 were before the CBA changes.
Yep.
We were still, and like, these guys are like, oh, we're grinding. I'm like, I think we're putting in good work. Don't get me wrong. Grinding's a different deal. It's been good. Frank's really good about taking care of the guys, setting an expectation for when it's time to work, we have to go to work. But he's also, going to give you time to recover and do those things. So I think it's been great.
His first year as head coach here, Phillip Rivers, quarterback he knew very well from the Chargers days. Second year here, Carson Wentz, guy he knew from Philadelphia days, a lot of success together. You're the first quarterback that hasn't come directly from a Frank Reich tree. How's the relationship been with Frank, right? Because he's play caller, head coach, making decisions, former quarterback. I assume you two just get along. But how is that relationship going with the head coach?
It's been awesome. I've really enjoyed working with him. I think his experience, I think it's a really cool spot where he has this wealth of knowledge of doing it with different guys, and I have kind of this wealth of knowledge of maybe doing it a different way in certain things. And
peers, you guys talking to each other like peers more?
You
don't have
listen, I understand the pecking order. You guys are in the building. You know there's that pecking order, and there's just a level of respect that the head coach gets, and Frank has earned it. The way he does it, the guys show him a high level of respect. So I understand that, but I think he's welcomed collaboration. He's really been open to that and open to my input, and I think it's been awesome.
How much input you have on today? Because was that a lot or
unbelievable?
I don't know.
It was so. Did you hear me just yelling over here?
I did not.
Honestly, did you or not?
I did not. I didn't
okay,
hear you guys. You got to be louder.
No.
Different zone.
Bro, we went to a commercial. I got these things in, obviously. We go to a commercial break. I take this out. I walk out. I'm like, oh, nobody's making noise right now. We were just going, Another completion for the Colts.
I think it was hard because everybody was going crazy when you came out, like all the fans and stuff. Like that's the part I could hear. So like I feel like every time you came out of a little tent right here, that the stands were going nuts up there. So.
We got a suite at the game.
Oh, we do.
What section? Where are you at? So like from our side, I don't even know the stadium really. So.
Okay, so I think from your sideline, we'll be to the right in the back of the end zone.
Okay.
On the ground though, on the field. You showed a little wiggle today. You know that.
A little wiggle.
You did. You showed a little wiggle, a little run. I think you even threw one across your body. How's the body feel? Feel athletic right now? You looked athletic out there.
Yeah, body's good. You know, I've always felt like by no means am I like a running quarterback, but I've always felt like I've done a good job throughout my career, probably better than people, you know, maybe give me credit for, of extending plays, getting outside the pocket, you know, being able to do some of those things where you stay on the move. And I actually throw pretty well on the run.
Yeah,
so,
you're actually kind of athletic.
Yeah, no big deal. You know,
funny.
Go ahead, Ty. Your question for Matt Ryan.
Matt, you talking about like the social media? We've seen a lot of Alec Pierce looking really good out here. When you have all these new guys, how much time does it take for you to build that rapport and trust with a new receiving core? And also, like, does it even matter because you know that once the season starts, like you're going to have to rely on those guys no matter what?
Yeah, well, I think it does matter. You know, I think the time that you put in now and the work that you put in now, if it's done right, like if you're intentional about how you do it, I think that stuff pays dividends as you go throughout the year. So, I think it matters. And I spend a lot of time with them. I think every guy is different, you know, and so it might be a little more time spent with Alec. It might be, you know, a little less time with Pitt, where he has more experience on some of the stuff you're doing, and you've seen a couple of the routes versus certain leverages, certain coverages that you're
looks
like,
good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm good with that. Just keep doing it that way. So it's different for each guy. I've always been, I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all approach to it. Like, you have to adapt to the guys around you. Each guy isn't wired the same way. You've got to adjust to the needs of other guys. And we have a really good group, a group that's willing to work, but all of them are different. And so you got to work with them in a different way.
Hey, can we try not to just give this to the other team every single play this year?
This one right here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, not only that one, but like the ones.
That was kind of a fumble to start.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, let's fucking grab a hold of that ball and let's go ahead and hang on to it forever.
Yeah, I'm good. 251, Colts 251. I'm good with it.
I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, man.
You've been nothing but a professional, not only with us, but in Indianapolis. All reports are that you're just the man. We can't wait to watch you, man. This team's ready to go. Jim Irsay talked earlier. He's like, Matt Ryan feels like he's been on the same path chasing that Lombardi as us, and now that we're together, we're doing it. Do you feel the synergy? I think you should. Like, do you feel welcomed here in Indy? You should.
Yeah,
everybody loves you.
There's no question. It's been awesome. I did. This is like a shameless plug, but I did a like a signing for the Toyota dealership that I'm doing some stuff with here, and I went out for the first time. Slid it in there.
Yeah. Look at you, man. Get a Camry for the guy.
Yeah, there you go.
One. Man,
but anyhow, I went out and did the signing over in Muncie, Indiana, and I was supposed to be there for like an hour and a half or whatever, and the turnout was unbelievable. And so I do feel the love, you know, and obviously with that comes a lot of responsibility. So we're going to work our asses off to try and get it done, but we feel really good about where we're at.
I'm happy you're not just boozing, you know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ryan, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. I'll keep that ball, yeah. Yeah, we just stole it. Tone Diggs just grabbed it. Hey, have a great camp, man. Today was awesome. Appreciate you. All right, we're wrapping up our day here at Colts Training Camp. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about him is like, hey, good luck out there, dude. I'm about to sing your praises, so please. Everybody talking about him, equipment managers, trainers, teammates, coaches, owner, of everybody's like, feels like we got a Peyton back in the room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and Peyton's obviously one of one, but a guy who's going 15 years in the NFL at a high level is also one of one. And I think Matt Ryan can really change his entire legacy with this team here. Those young guys, though, I mean, the weapons, if they perform like they did today forever,
it'll be fine.
Hey, this team's going to be something. This team's going to be something, man. I honestly believe that.
With the O-line, like probably the best O-line he's ever had, especially with Quentin Nelson, probably the best running back he's ever had, probably the best defense he's ever had.
Hold on, remember, didn't we say this to him? We said this best roster, and he ran through one of the rosters they had.
Yeah, the Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah. They were very good,
Julio Franks, I think, was the – no, I forget who. He ran through that offense.
Sanu.
I think
was Harry Douglas still there?
18.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
maybe.
I don't know. He rattled off the team. He was like, oh, I've been on some. He didn't want us to bury his previous teammates, I think, but he listed off. But this team as a whole, and Jim Irsay started that. He's like, our special teams are top notch. Our offensive line, top notch. Our running back, top notch. Our defense, top notch. It's like all the pieces are there. Now Carson is going to go have
almost all the pieces. You got a big question mark in that wide receiver.
Not
today, yeah.
Hey, you see the same? Is that hoodie covering your face?
A lot of question marks.
What's going on?
A lot of question marks. But, you got the right guy at quarterback. Obviously, you got the right O-line. You got Reggie Wayne in the meeting room with those guys. So this training camp, this preseason is going to be very, very critical for those guys. They got to learn on the fly.
I think I'm going to take away from the day. If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk.
That's right.
A lot of ifs in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
A lot of Colts coverage today. I guess people watched it earlier. That's hilarious. I have no idea why you did that. Shout out to Randy and Harlan doing a great job.
Thank you, boys.
Pistol Pete and the crew for setting this entire thing up. You guys are the best. This has been a blast. Thank you to the Colts for the hospitality. We missed out on MCD. That is something we're going to look back on and be bummed about.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Going to have to, really think about that one later on.
Yeah, because Jim was right here. What were we supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean,
he's telling a story about, I think, Ali, Foreman, and Jim Brown.
And when you look at it, too, as a whole, at the time the Irsay interview ended was exactly when, MCDC was supposed to be on. So whoever ended practice early is who we should have a gripe with.
It was, yeah.
Is that Matt Ryan's controlling it?
Sped that script up.
You got to be shitting me.
Could you imagine getting those two together, though? If MCDC comes over here while Mr. Irsay is on.
Man, you ever thought about buying Lars Ulrich's guitar from Metallica?
Hell yeah.
Probably a lot cheaper than John Lennon, man.
How about him saying, I go into a collectible and they go Monet in the back or they go John Lennon's piano. I don't know anything about Monet. Show me the piano. He got an extra couple $100 million, he said. He is what everybody would hope to be if they became a billionaire.
Yeah.
He literally, no joke, we did not see it. He probably gave away. Yeah, he's just chilling back. He's about to cut a promo. Yeah, exactly. Guy's cutting a promo. He's going to be the last one off the field. He probably gave every human that came out here a hundo.
Oh, yeah.
Just, hey, Jim. Hey, thanks for coming, brother. And that, keeps him out of the combos, I think. It's like a great tactic, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But also fucking $100.
Yeah.
I've seen him show up at training camp on his golf cart and, hundreds be, blowing out of the golf cart like a movie. Because he's tracking them down now. He's trying to hand them out. He's got Gorman over there chasing Benjamins around. Gorman, bro. Somebody's rent just fell off the golf cart. Please go get that.
There were like 10,000 people here.
It was packed.
Yeah, there's a ton of people here.
Fans.
Afternoon on a Wednesday. Fuck work.
Hammer and beers.
Let's go watch the Indianapolis Colts demolish the Detroit Lions. I think that'll be the story of the day. We can't thank everybody enough for watching. Darius, favorite thing that happened today, quick?
Michael Pittman entering the scene live after a 40-yard completion.
That was awesome.
Favorite thing.
And then starting to fight 2 plays later.
Yep, loved it. Dog.
Pittman, dog. By the way, when he told Carson Wentz you can't get my number, we should have known at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, Pittman's around to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Loved what he did. At Boston Connor, favorite thing that happened today?
Probably just watching the Lions still be the Lions. I'm pumped about that. I like when things stay the same.
Well, Patriots are very new, aren't they?
Well, I don't know. What Matt Ryan said made me feel great about the Patriots. Defense is watching the offense do the same thing every day. Of course, they're going to know what's going on.
Good point.
Ty?
Just feels different with Matt Ryan. You'd rather have a guy who's going to go out and play golf after practice than go hunt mallards. That's how you know.
Amen.
Especially on Bobcat.
That's right.
Zito production has been complete. Thank you for the guys in the back. Thank you to the boys that traveled up here. Thank you to Tone Diggs for being on the sideline.
Had a baby Tony.
Tone did really well. I don't think there's a Hammer Dahn episode today, but we'll get back on that tomorrow. As we go back into the studio, let's remember some things from today.
All right.
Colts are a fucking team. There's a lot of time left for the Lions to figure it out. Hard Knocks next week should be electrifying with highlights from our Colts squad. I can't wait to see how MCDC reacts to it privately. But Chris Mad Dog Russo's on the other side of this 6-minute break. He'll be better than us. We're back in 21 hours. Bye. Hit it. Right on.
Nice.
This ball is real hard. This feels like a jugs ball here. This feels like a jugs ball.
Brand new boy.
You running routes out there or what?
I think we should go hit some balls. I don't know if I'll be able to punt it and see what the knee does. That's a heavy, very inflated ball. That ball would bust my knee in half if I was. I don't know, Randy. We're still live on YouTube. We could be done. Tone, why don't you come sit in here real quick and give us your breakdown of practice? We were planning on using a lot more tone. Tone,
Mike.
Sorry, we weren't able to get to you. Technical difficulties.
That's
That was
okay.
Tony, technical difficulties. What did you learn from practice? You were out there like 7 feet closer than us.
I watched a lot of practice today.
You did get to see a lot of reps.
The the Colts ones wide receivers were a lot better than the Lions ones D-backs.
Uh-oh, good for the
When they
Packers.
went to 2s and 3s, the Lions actually held their own pretty well, which is fine. That's not gonna they're not gonna play during the regular season. And interior, the Lions held up a little better than I thought. But once Matt Ryan was slinging the ball, he couldn't be stopped.
He was really good today.
And the Colts are very tall. And Nyheim Hines, when we were doing running back drills here, he was in the back of the line. And then when he would do his rep, he would go stand with the wideouts. That man wants to be a wideout.
Oh, is that breaking news?
I'm just saying he doesn't want to be a running back.
Well, I don't know how many individual periods you want to do anyways, right? Isn't that kind of
True.
Indy can get a little winded.
But it was JT and Philip Lindsay, and then obviously at the front, and Nyheim was at the back, and then he would just go hang out with the wideouts. He wants to be a wideout. He's going to catch 100 balls this year.
There's Tone Diggs with a prediction for
that.
the season. Anything else, Tone, that you noticed today? How about Jack Fox murdering football?
Jack Fox can fucking bomb the ball.
So could Rigo, though.
Yeah, and the grass is super nice here. That's what I took away. I'm going to go home and probably fucking try to mimic that.
Well, you spray some.
I don't know what they do. I need to talk to somebody.
Well, the guy's name is Troy. He's retiring after this year. He's fucking legend. Terrible at cornhole. He's actually a good cornhole player.
Makes sense.
He's good. He's good around his friends. He accidentally came into the locker room one time when I was in there, running his little Indiana small town mouth.
Can't do that.
Had to send his ass back to the fucking mower. But he is.
He does a good job.
He's
here.
been a legend around here
Can
for
we
a
give him
long
the
time.
third
What's that?
Can we give him the third
Say, Jim.
I mean, he's retiring. All right, Jim. All right, Jim. Hey, baby Jeff. Hey, baby Gorm. Jeff Gorman living his best
I
life.
do have a hilarious story, but I don't know if I can tell that happened at practice. I don't know if I should say it on air or off air.
Well, you just said that because you want to tell the story.
Yeah, and
Because these microphones are live.
because you know that you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what that is.
It's
About
about
Randy?
It's about Tex.
Okay, let's talk about Tex.
Okay. Tex
is the man that was driving Jim Irsay's golf.
Okay. So he drove Jim up right here.
Tex, another guy will fuck you up.
Yeah.
This is
First
like
rounder, right?
Yeah, this is security detail for NFL teams.
Detroit Lions press conferences are happening right on the other side of this wall. Rodrigo was getting interviewed. Jared Goff comes over and is waiting for his turn. Sits on Jim's golf cart. Tex goes, this guy's sitting on my fucking boss's golf cart. What do I do here?
Yeah, what did he do?
He didn't do anything.
Oh,
wow!
Hey,
Whoa.
congrats to Tex showing restraint.
Yeah.
That is not what I thought.
JG and Alpha?
He wanted to.
So Jared Goff, dog.
Wow.
Hey, Jim, sorry
Not
about
scared.
it. This looks like the most comfortable golf cart there is.
Respect that.
All right, so maybe there's a little beef tomorrow.
It could be.
We'll see how the practice goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should do this 2 days in a row.
Are we back
Was that the
tomorrow?
plan?
I don't know. I don't think it was ever planned. If we really wanted to, I think we could.
I guess all the gear's out here already, right?
Yeah, but Pistol's probably got another gig anyways. I don't think we should do this again. It was hard not just to be, oh,
Yeah.
holy shit. A lot of,
Yeah.
It's a terrible show.
Look at that
Fun, though.
ball.
Good change of pace.
Hey, Darius, thanks for joining us up
I
here.
appreciate you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
I cannot believe you didn't take that hoodie off at any point.
No,
What is
or the
fuck-
sweatpants.
Not even roll up the sleeves.
I think you got a pituitary
good,
gland
man.
problem. I think you got a pituitary gland problem.
Big time.
What's that?
A pituitary gland?
Like sweating?
Yeah.
No. I think it's all right.
Have you ever
I mean,
sweated?
I live in South Florida, so
You're
if,
so
if I'm gonna sweat, I'm gonna sweat.
See,
dry out
Pacman, Pacman he had shorts on.
Yeah, he was hanging out.
Matty Ice, he came over here with a hoodie on.
Yeah, he's going to meetings. So
Yeah, and his nickname's Ice. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Babe.
Guy's
Well
freezing.
said.
Point.
All right, that's the show. Thank you all so much. Use hashtag PMS Live at camp. I think the one contest was how long Jim Irsay would be on. Obviously, somebody kept track of that.
Yeah. 22 minutes, I think, around there.
No, don't give out an
definitely
answer.
was not.
Don't give out an answer.
Something like that, though.
Felt like it.
Maybe 24.
Should we do a send-off here contest? Since the Irsay thing, use hashtag PMS Live at camp. Put your hashtag in there. And tell him, Tone.
Go ahead, Tony.
Tell him, Tony.
Okay. 10 winners, $500.
Okay.
10.
Jeez, giving away a lot of money. How much money are we giving away for the Irsay thing?
Not to mention the poopy pants one yesterday.
Yeah, how many are we
forgot
giving?
about
That
that.
was yesterday. 4 we were giving away yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So how many are we giving away for the Irsay, Tone? Now that you're just giving away
10
money.
winners, $500.
That's for the Irsay thing or for this
No,
thing?
5 winners, $500 for both.
Nah, do 5. If there is 5 that predicted the
Right,
Irsay
the
thing,
Irsay.
and then we'll do 5 for this
There it
particular
is.
one. There we go. You did right. You did good. And what's this one, Tone?
Let's see how far Bruce can throw a football.
All right.
All right.
What's the over-under?
Can't do it.
Now, hold on. We can't show it.
Yeah, it can't be on air.
It's got to be a
Because we're going to have
guess.
to post this tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Bruce Brown, will you please show your face? This guy works at Quill's Coffee on the... It's the first time.
King of Quills.
This is Bruce Brown right here. He writes the ad reads. He's got a great mustache. Obviously, he's from the Northeast. A little bit of a yup, but we need that in our operation. Cool guy. Took a 7-week trip to Croatia
Nice.
just a couple weeks ago. Incredibly hardworking guy. Take one look at this guy. Guess how many yards he will be able to huck a football. We will record that and post the answer tomorrow. 5 winners, $500. Whoever gets the right yardage.
Is he throwing it post show or is he throwing it now? But we can just show him throwing.
No. Post show.
Yeah, he is a Giants fan, so just take that into account too.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. Yeah, very bright the whole time. Had sunglasses on, Irsay. Yeah, but needed because it couldn't see me earlier because of the tent.
Yeah.
And the sun.
Yeah.
What?
I think I got sunburn out there.
All right.
Well, your all black outfit couldn't have helped.
Oh, we were outside today.
And also, like, we should have known. We went to you early a lot. And then once the tech things, we stopped.
Kind of just, yeah.
I mean, there wasn't even a thought of going to you numerous different times. I don't want to say you wasted your time out there, but
No, I enjoyed watching practice. I learned a lot.
Yeah, you ran. I mean, the clip of you fucking
Worth it.
Breaking that
Yeah.
thing.
what a day for you.
Perfect.
Jonathan Taylor didn't
Didn't
break
do
it.
I didn't
that.
see him go through it.
Oh, he didn't go through it?
I don't think he could.
Huh.
Wow. All right, how far will Bruce throw it? Use hashtag PMS Live at camp. Put your guess in. Put your cash tag in. 5 winners, $500. 5 winners, $500 earlier for how long Irsay's conversation was. We can't thank enough. We're back in the studio tomorrow. Thank you to everybody that made this possible. Thank you to all our guests. Goodbye. Have a great one.